Everyone is talking about Claude. It is everywhere, from your YouTube to your Instagram, but no one is telling that how can you master Claude as complete beginner, and everyone is just scratching the surface. That's why in this complete masterclass in the next 4 hours, we will master Claude and understand that why AI assistants are becoming essential. Where does Claude sits in the whole AI ecosystem and what different products it has? What are the different way of using Claude so that we can get the most out of it? How does Claude compare with ChatGPT and other AI tools? What is the different types of models present in Claude from Opus, Sonnet, as well as the deep thinking mode? How can we communicate effectively with Claude so that we can get the best results and write the bestest of the prompt? How can we work with our everyday documents, PDFs, PDF pictures so that we are able to provide Claude with the context for our daily work? Then we will understand that how can we generate artifacts, and in this we will also try to create our own particular personal website. Then we will jump on to understand the projects in Claude so that we are able to group similar kind of chats and also how they share context. After that, we will understand the most important topic which has caused billions of dollars wiped out from the stock market, and that is around the Claude skills. We will understand skills in depth, where we will not only use the skill which are present, but we'll also understand what are the different ways of creating a skill, and we'll create multiple of them and use them in the chat. Once we have mastered all this, everyone, we will connect our day-to-day chat apps like Google Sheets, Google Gmail via the Claude connectors as well as using MCP. And not only this, we will understand that how exactly it happens behind the back by creating our own MCP server as well. Once we have done all of this, everyone, we will be doing two projects, a portfolio website builder, as well as making sure that we are able to create a professional dashboard for us. With this, you will be mastering Claude in no time. And even if you are a beginner, by the end of this 4-hour masterclass, you will be having the complete idea about all Claude capabilities. So, hi everyone, I am Mayank Agarwal, and previously I have explained you about OpenClaw, Claude Cowork, and you like the direct approach which I choose to practically explain these things. With that, I have created this masterclass with a lots of effort to make sure that as a beginner or someone who has no idea even about AI, can master Claude in no time and use it to the fullest. So now let's get started. Hey everyone, so welcome to the most comprehensive Claude AI crash course ever. Now, just like I have covered earlier topics on my channel, I will make sure that this Claude as well we are covering in a direct and easy to understand manner in a more practical way. Now, this is the roadmap which we are going to follow, everyone. So, of course, we will start with understanding Claude, and via this, I will also make sure that first I can explain you what assistant is, how Claude connects with ChatGPT, because I do understand that many of you will be coming to Claude now after seeing lots of videos or via Instagram. And I want to clear that air that, hey, how does it compare to ChatGPT, which I think is an AI which every one of us have used before. After that, we will understand that, okay, for what Claude majorly is helpful. Once we have done that, everyone, then we will deep dive into Claude. And for that, we will see that how we can understand its interface, how its AI works, what are the different models which are inside Claude, then what are let's say prompting or how you have to talk to Claude in a very proper manner or very in an expert manner, so it gives you the best responses out there. And then will we see that how in iteration, right? And that is a very good power of Claude, where once you iterate over, let's say, your results, you can make them a lot better. Plus Claude can also ask question based on your query. Once you have done that, everyone, then we will move forward and see that how can we now use Claude to work on our documents, to do a web research, to understand our image as well as our writing style, and how can we provide custom instructions, etc. to Claude. So those also are going to be way helpful. The idea is pretty simple. We will not only be using our AI just to chat. I want to make sure that after understanding Claude by this video, you don't have to go anywhere else, and you are able to use it in your personal and your professional life overall. Once we have done this, everyone, then we will start building with Claude, because it is, as I said, more than just a chatbot. We will see that, okay, what are artifacts, how can we create projects, and what are the or what is the way of using reusable systems in Claude. So we will be making sure that proper automations we are building from scratch, and those are something which are going to actually make Claude a lot useful for you. Once you have done that, everyone, then we will move forward and see extended thinking skills. So skills are going to be very important. I will be talking in a lot of depth about that. We will be creating our own skills as well, and then we will jump to connectors, MCP, etc. Once we have understood now this Claude in so much depth, then we will be doing some real AI projects. First will be your portfolio website generator, just like I showed you. And second will be the professional dashboard as well, everyone. So again, one will help you to do your job nicely, another will help you to find a job. So once you have done that, then I think you will be at a point where you can build real AI tools with Claude, starting all the way from prompting to building a proper AI system. So with this roadmap, everyone spend a lot of time in creating this in a very logical and practical manner. We will be mastering Claude once and for all. So with that, let's now get started, everyone, and let's first directly go to Google and see that okay, what exactly Claude is. Now, I've gone and open an incognito window. If you will just search for say Claude, then in this, don't get this sponsored link or something. Just see this Claude.ai, and I will be pasting the link as well. And yeah, this is actually what Claude is. Now you can just continue by basically making sure that you are having a Google account or any other account as well. Maybe your company is providing the same as well, everyone. And it might also ask you for a phone number. It also has a desktop app. So I will come to ways of connecting and using Claude. Okay. But for the time being, once you have created your account, and it's going to be pretty straightforward and pretty sure that most of you might have an account already. This is how you will be seeing the Claude like at its best, claudeai.new, where we can just start connecting and asking question with Claude. So if I send a hi, it will make sure that it will reply to me. So a simple, very simple message, contemplating standby, putting up his thinking modes, and it will just quickly reply with hi, how are you, or how can I help you. So yes, this is in a way a simple chatbot, everyone. Much like ChatGPT, which I'm pretty sure all of us have used earlier, because I think yeah, ChatGPT is the go-to AI bot or AI assistant for a long time. And now, since you're moving from Claude, it is very important to understand that okay, how the two compares. Okay, so now everyone that we have understood this, before diving deep into Claude, I would first like to clean a little bit air around the AI assistant or the AI part of things. Because again, I see that many people are directly jumping to Claude, using it and showing you, but no one is talking that, hey, what is the mindset shift which you have to make? Because all is good that, hey, I am able to use Claude, I saw that video and I'm able to do this and that. But I feel that you should have a mindset shift now. So if you're learning a technology or an AI which is as strong as Claude. So, with that, everyone, if we just talk about AI assistant and why they are becoming essential, it is very important to understand to see the traditional and the new way of doing things. And though I'm pretty sure that all of us are using AI in our phones, in our toothbrush, everywhere around us, somehow in water as well, maybe in some time, the main thing I believe is that you have to shift your mindset that how these tools like ChatGPT, Claude, they are going to be your AI assistant. So before we were doing all the work manually, lots of documents, emails, calendar, ideas, research, each and everything was manual. It used to take hours. With the help of AI assistant, and we have to think of them as AI assistant now, everyone, because in 2026, they are not just simple chatbots. They are able to connect to our tools, our everyday documents, they are able to understand that okay, what skills or what work is it which we do and maybe help us to do that better. So you have to see that hey, how this thing or technology can be helpful to me. So you just don't have to use it and be happy that hey, I know Claude and everything, like other videos. My idea is that you actually understand that hey, this is what I unlock by learning this skill. And yes, if you're working with AI, it will take generally minutes instead of hours. We already have used ChatGPT. We are now moving to Claude. Both of us can help us in a similar manner. So with that, everyone, the thing is clear. And I think just like calculators change math and Google change search, AI assistant are now changing the way we work. Okay. And of course, each and every professional, right, they will be having an AI assistant in future. So that is why I want that you create your ones or you understand that how to work or create ones today. So with that, everyone, now let's move forward and let's quickly see what are the three layers which Claude has. Now, in my earlier video of Claude Cowork, so I've also covered Claude Cowork. Please make sure that you check that out. I have explained about this ecosystem as well before. That Claude majorly provides you with three things. First is Claude Chat or Claude AI, and that is exactly this particular thing, right? So where you can ask it something much like ChatGPT, and it will give you back the answers, right? So We have already seen the sign up process, pretty straightforward. Just go to Claude and create your account. As I said, Claude also has a desktop app. So Claude desktop app. If you will see download Claude, everyone, then another way you can download it and then run it on your laptop or machine. So just to show you, this is how it looks. Very very similar. Honestly, I don't think there is any difference. Just focus on the chat for the time being. Okay, not Cowork or Claude. But yes, you can just use the same thing. And the benefit is that it can connect to more things over your machine as well in this manner. Okay. Now, this all was Claude chat, everyone. Then next is Claude code. So using the complete understanding, our whole idea becomes that now how can we also make some technical things with it? So that is where Claude code comes in. And Claude Cowork, though I have covered earlier, that helped us in doing day-to-day tasks by using that intelligence. It is having skills, plugins, etc. So we'll highly again suggest that you just go and see that video because that will be very helpful. For today, our whole focus is going to be on this Claude AI, which is the main brain. Claude Code, you can think of engineer, and Claude Cowork like an operator. Now, this distinction is very, very important because I do understand that many of you will be, as I said, learning Claude just because of some videos on Instagram, and you might get confused in these things. Okay. So, in the same application, if I go on code and if I then ask it to provide me something, it will try to give me in a coding manner with Python or any other language code. And Cowork is basically saying that, hey, I am a brain plus I have some functionalities which you can directly use. I can work inside your machine in a folder. I have some skills, etc. But let's come back to chat because on top of that, it is what all of these things are based. So with this thing clear, everyone, now let's move forward and try to see that how could you use Claude. So on the surface, though it is a overall chatbot only, like it is helping you to answer questions, but the best part is that you can ask it to maybe do some research, etc. for you. It is having very, very high thinking mode. It is very good for complex kind of work as well. Then everyone, you can also ask it to build tools, something which we will be doing. So it can actually build a very, very good and advanced tool for you, be it calculator, calendar, or an end-to-end website, right? So we will be building your personal portfolio website, everyone. Then it can be your thinking partner as well. It can help you to brainstorm ideas, do web search, properly create a step-by-step scenario so as to how to work on something. And though most people think that, hey, Claude is just like a chatbot, it is not. It is actually the wrong way of thinking about it. Claude can act in three different things depending on how we use it. And these are the things: it can act as a research assistant, as a thinking partner, and even as a tool builder. So that is the whole case, everyone, that how majorly Claude works, right? So if you will go on this in a bit, once we understand each and everything in here, we will see that, okay, how all of these things get opened, okay, for us to use. So that's the whole idea. And we can just quickly check it out. Like, let's say, just I have an example of this thing. I am looking for a laptop for video editing, budget, requirement. Compare three good options and explain the pros and cons of each. So it will just try everyone that it is able to think in a very complex manner. See, it is thinking, it is searching the web. So it is taking all the steps. It is asking that, hey, I will notify you once the work is done. And then it is giving you the reply. So now again, it is moving in a step by step manner. See, it has gone through 30 pages. Again, it is searching so that it can get more idea. And that is what I said. Like, it is not going to just reply to you that, hey, these are the laptops which I remember or these are what I've trained on. No, it moves in a very sequential manner. So that is the biggest benefit because if you think the way now Claude has been created, if it help you to do your job as well in a similar manner, then how nicely it can do that particular thing, right? And that is the reason why Claude has affected so many IT industry stock and everything, because of this thinking manner, because of doing things the way we do it. So this exactly is the something which I will follow. I will make sure that, hey, I'm searching the internet, then I'm forming the complete notes, and then I'm telling everything. And see, it is weighing in everything, it is building the contenders, and now it has come up with a proper answer in a very, very nice manner. So this is something which I like about Claude a lot as well. That if I ask the same question, just I will ask the same question to ChatGPT, and you will see the difference, right? That if I ask the same question here, okay, now ChatGPT will try to do something of this, right? And at the end of the day, it is searching the web and everything, but the way Claude normally goes about some complex task is a lot better. So see, now it is giving you this thing and everything in a very, very similar manner, but Claude, it has searched way more web. It has given you these things with a proper, very nice manner, which you can directly use in a presentation. Plus, I have found that for complex tasks, Claude normally is a little better than ChatGPT as of now. Now, I'm not saying and I'm not doing any fear mongering that, hey, if you use ChatGPT, just close it and come to Claude. No. The idea is to understand that where Claude shines and why it is getting popular. And that is the reason because now, since many of us are using ChatGPT, right? Earlier, we might be using it or Gemini or something. It is very important to understand that how ChatGPT and Claude, or rather any other AI, compares. If I talk about ChatGPT, it gives fast responses, very versatile. It has a large ecosystem as well, and it is great for everyday tasks. But when we come to Claude, everyone, though both are AI assistant, okay, so we have understood about AI assistants as well. It is having a very, very strong reasoning. It handle long context really, really well. So if you have a very, very long text, normally Claude will work a lot better on that. Then of course it is great for analysis and it can provide way better structured outputs. So the idea is again that if you have a complex task, if you have some task which you feel that, hey, lots of context is there, I have lots of files, then maybe you will see towards moving towards Claude. Okay. So with that, everyone, now that we have seen the demo as well, one thing more to understand, that if I show you, if we just go on Claude pricing, so you will see that Claude has different tiers of pricing. Now you can follow this tutorial easily while being on the free plan, right? But I will highly suggest that if you are actually interested, you can check out the pro plan as well, because the value which you get on the pro plan, that is way, way, way more than what you are paying for. I am currently on the pro plan, so you can try the same out. Each and everything which I'm doing, you can easily do on the free plan. You just might get, or even I will get, the usage issue, which I will show you as well. But I think that should not be a problem. We can easily just wait for some time or start a new chat and just like work with Cloud again. So these are the plans, everyone. I will highly suggest not to unnecessarily buy it. If you actually want to get your skin in the game, though, I will suggest that start with the pro plan, not with the max plan. Pro is more than enough for way, way, way more than work. But yes, in free plan, you might get the limits notification a little bit more constantly, because it is using a lots of token, it is using that lots of thinking. So compared to ChatGPT or other Gemini, other AI tools, you will be seeing that, hey, the free plan of Claude, it gives you that hey, token usage is exceeded, please come after some time, a lot. Something which I face, so I thought of sharing the same with you all as well. So now everyone, let's go back and start a new chat. Like, it has done a very good research for us, I guess. Yeah, so this is something which you can see. This is something which you can actually then use as well. I think, yeah, we can download the file as well. We can save it as artifact, something which we will discuss about. Let's open a new blank chat, and I'm pretty sure that now the understanding with ChatGPT and Claude is also clear. Now, I don't want that you directly jump onto Claude without any idea, and you do that without any purpose as well. All both are good, but for complex thing, which now we are moving towards with AI, Claude is a lot way lot better. So that is the whole idea. So great, everyone. Now let's move forward. And since you have understood a little bit about Claude, like how it compares, what exactly it is, and you have a very, very good idea that, okay, how can you access it and the things which you can use it for, let's now try to understand it full interface. So you have a full idea that, hey, where exactly is what. Now, if you will see, everyone, this is again the chatbot, sorry, the chat window where you will be having or typing your message. Now, as a very good practice, you can actually kind of just say your message as well. So on your machine, be it Windows, Mac, or Linux, there will be a button. So I will just say, hey, hello, how are you? Let me just try it out. Yeah. Hey, how are you? Hello, hi. So a quick way of basically writing your prompt or writing your message in here. Now, if you will click on this, everyone, you will see different models. Now, if you're on the free plan, some of them might be long, but normally normally I also use the Sonnet 4.6. Now there is Haiku, there is Opus, and there is extended thinking as well. So I will talk about each and every of these things. There are some previous models as well, like 4.53 and 4. Sonnet 4.5. Here is where you can just use the voice mode to just chat with it. So again, it will be replying you with a voice. You will be kind of saying the same thing with a voice. Each and everything will be in a similar manner. If you will focus on this plus, everyone, then in this you can actually add your files or photos. So if you want to just attach anything, either you can drag and drop it, or you can just make sure that you are like choosing this and then going to the particular file. Then of course there is a taking a screenshot thing, everyone. So you can take a screenshot quickly. It will ask for some permission. Then there is add to project. Now I have also created multiple projects which I can add this particular chat to. We will be discussing about projects in a bit. Right now it is not very important. Then you have add from Google Drive, so it can just make sure that it goes for different things in your Google Drive as well. After that, GitHub. Then there is a research option, everyone. So if you want to make sure that hey, Claude, before finalizing or giving you the answer, it does a very in-depth research like a research assistant. Then you can select this research thing. Web search, as the name suggests, gives is the flexibility to search the web. If you take this away, then it will not be searching the web and it will give you the answer based on how it has been trained on. Then, of course, like I will suggest always to keep this web search open because it is not like it always searches the web. Smartly, it tries to see if it wants to go to the web or not. Then, everyone, there's a style. So, normal, learning, concise, explanatory, formal. Different styles in which Claude basically gives an answer. For 80% of the use case, normal will work. I sometimes use concise as well. And the idea is pretty simple. Many times, Claude like just go haywire and it tries to just give you lots of long response, which is not useful. And I feel it like an AI slop. Then there are connectors, everyone, which we will also talk about. Now, in connectors, you can connect to different applications. Now, this gets a lot stronger in your desktop app as well, and we will be mastering them as well. Okay. So this is each and everything in the major overall interface, everyone. You will see the incognito one here as well. So if you will see use this incognito, it will not be accessing any of the things. This chat will not be saved in the in the history or to train their future models. Okay, so if there is anything which is very personal, which you want that hey, this is something which even Claude should not remember, where this is where you use the incognito mode. Or maybe I normally use incognito mode for one of things. So if I just want to know that hey, this is something which I don't want, it shows up in my chat or it keeps up in the history, that is where I will be using incognito mode. Now, once you open this sidebar, everyone, this is where you will see the option to search. So I can just click on search and say laptop and see it is able to get my previous chat. It is able to get like others chat as well past year. So I have been using Claude, of course, for a long time. Then everyone, there is customize. So you can customize Claude based on your use case. So this is where skills and connectors come into picture. So we will be discussing them also in some time. Then this is where all your chats live. So all your previous chat, just like how we have sent the laptop chat and the simple hi chat, that is where everything is happening. Then everyone, this is where we can create projects. So I am also having lots of projects, as you can see. The idea is pretty simple. Like to make sure that different chats, I can just click new, and although we will be covering it in depth, you can create a project. You can make sure that you are telling that hey, this is all the things related to my work. All the files will be kept in a project. That is majorly the idea with projects. Then is something known as artifacts. So artifacts are directly mini applications which Claude can build out of the box. So again, I think I have not built any artifact. Yeah. So in this account, I guess I have not. Yeah. Okay. So it is taking the research and everything also as the artifact, everyone. So again, I have built these artifacts. We will be seeing that how can we build artifacts using Claude. Then there is Claude code. So if you will go here, Claude code will open up. Now, again, it is saying that, hey, either install me in the terminal or install me in VS Code or just start Claude Code Web. I will be showcasing the same in a very in-depth video, similar manner. So let me close this for the time being. And then I guess there are all your chats. You can make sure that you just click here and star your chat. That is why how it will show up in this starred thing. Then what you can also do, everyone, is you can rename your chat, you can add to a project, and you can delete the chat as well. So pretty simple approach, just like how we handle it in WhatsApp or other places. You can start a contact, you can rename the contact, you can add the contact to some group which is there in WhatsApp, or you can delete all the chat. So that is the whole idea, everyone. Now If you will go on this particular thing, you will just get to understand the language. I think you can upgrade the plan, get apps and extension. You can gift Claude to someone. You can log out. And in here is where all the settings are, everyone. So let's quickly go to the settings as well. So again, general, like what is your name? What should Claude call you? If you have any personal preferences as well, that hey, make sure that you always give answer in a professional manner. So across all the chats, this particular personal preferences will be taken care of. So this is a very, very easy way to just personalize your Claude. You can ask that, hey, don't unnecessarily assume something. Make sure that you clarify each and everything. That is a very, very good way. Or say that, hey, don't like, let's say, always say yes to whatever I'm suggesting. Please make sure that you have a condescending and a proper research kind of a thing where you give me the best answers rather than going what I suggest. Something which I have seen that makes AI work a lot better. Then all the notification, everyone, you can make it dark, light. I think all things work. Different chat fonts, the voice which you will be hearing. So these are all the things here. Then there is your account, privacy, billing. This usage is pretty important. If you will go on usage, everyone, you will see that okay, what is the current session. So right now I have used this 6%. Okay, weekly limits. So unfortunately, and no one normally covers it, but Claude also has a weekly limit. So it will be resetting in 3 hours, and I have used around half of that. Okay, and it's just updated a minute ago. Then you can upload more credits so that in worst case, if this thing gets done, you have more credits which Claude can take care of, or sorry, which Claude can use to give you the answer. Right. So that is the whole case, everyone. In the capabilities, again, search and reference chat, generate memory for chat history, few more capabilities we can have. We should rather have this artifacts open, everyone. Okay. This is very, very important because we will be using artifacts in future, and all the different parts are kind of mentioned here. And then we have the connectors. So I have connected different applications. We will be discussing them in depth, but since it is part of UI, I think we should all just master it. And then last, Claude Code. So how you can have the Claude Code, what are the different instances. I use Claude Code directly on my machine, so that is how it is suggesting you to use it. So with that, let's now go to the new chat, everyone, and pretty sure that now all the things in the interface is clear. I have made sure to explain each and everything in depth because as a newcomer or even as a experienced person who is using Claude, I see so many of you are not actually have not actually seen the full thing in depth. So that is where I thought that okay, covering it is very, very important. I normally always go to usage to see that okay, how much usage is left, because Claude is a little notorious with that. And yes, I think once you now have a full idea that where everything is, in future it will be very, very important because we will be covering everything in here. Okay. So now everyone, that the whole interface of Claude is perfectly clear, let's now try to actually understand a little bit on its different models as well. Okay. So you will see that Claude basically says that hey, I have Opus, Sonnet, or Haiku. And as a newcomer, it might get confusing that hey, why are you giving us this option and everything? But yeah, they these models have some usage. If you will see, Opus most capable for ambitious work. So this is where you want it to get into the work, do some research, each and everything. Sonnet most efficient for everyday tasks. Haiku faster for quick answers. Now there is extended thinking as well, everyone, which as the name suggests, it is going to think in an extended manner before giving you the answer. And then there are more models, basically the previous iterations or previous one of them, right? Now, I have created a very good graphic for this as well. So if you will see, when we talk about Claude models, everyone, the speed versus intelligence, Haiku is very good for the smaller task. It is very fast. It is good for simple tasks. It is very low cost as well. Okay, so that is the whole idea. Like if you use Haiku in here, just as an example, then you will be able to use Claude for a longer time. Okay, so just think of it like, let's say your brain, it is having three modes. One mode is when you are in exam, that can be Opus, where you are having the maximum efficiency and everything. Then one can be when you just woke up. So that is Haiku. And Sonnet is like normally when you do day to day work where you are doing pretty good every time. So that is how you can think about this. Now, why this becomes important is because the mode which you select or the model which you select, that will have an effect on what answer you get. Okay, so with that, if you will see, this is Sonnet, everyone, balanced everyday work reasoning default model. So normally you will be using Sonnet only, be it free plan or the paid plan. And Opus, again, powerful complex task deep reasoning. It of course just churn up a lot more token. So if you use Opus, you will get the usage exceeded error or like the notification a lot earlier. Now, extended thinking, everyone, I have also shown here. So let me just show the extended thinking. Yeah. So if we talk about the Claude reasoning mode, speed versus the deep thinking, everyone, the idea is very simple. Think of a normal mode where you are not selected extended thinking, like how when you talk to someone, he's just giving you the answer without any thinking, right? So he's just suggesting you that, hey, what I think and everything. But extended thinking is different. In a standard response where there is prompt, quick prediction is tries to give you the answer without any extended thinking, comes up with what should be the next word or token. In extended thinking, it makes sure that it is creating a proper step by step manner. Okay, so it is saying that, hey, this is the work which I have to do. Let me create the steps. Let me think upon the task and then let me basically answer. So, just like how you ask someone a question, uh, first he's just answering without, let's say, thinking much, although the answer will be correct for sure. The second is when he's doing proper research, going to library, understanding, searching on web, and then giving you the answer. Okay, so that is the whole case. In a laptop example, just ask someone for a laptop. Let's say he directly says that, hey, buy this laptop. This is kind of, let's say, your normal. Extended one will be it is doing proper research again, making sure that it understands the problem, where it should like limit itself, where it should not do this. All these things will be part of extended thinking. So again, wherever you feel that, hey, this particular task, and yes, you have to take that call. Normally, I will suggest that you can have this on Sonnet and the extended thinking mode on. But if you feel that, hey, this task or this chat is very normal, I'm not just asking it very any problem which requires a lot of research or a lot of thinking, then you can just turn off the extended thinking as well, right? So that is the whole idea, everyone. Now, let's of course test out these things as well. Let's try to see that how we will be prompting or we will be talking to Claude in what is the best way, because most people think that they can send anything to Claude. AI is like magic, it will just perform, but that is not the case. It is always and always suggested that we are working in a practical manner. We are actually telling AI that what or how it should work, because the better overall, let's say, instructions we give, the better will be the answer. It is just like an assistant. The more you tell that, hey, how a particular work has to be done, the better, of course, will that work be done. So that is the case. Now, I have also created one more graphic, everyone. This is a lot in depth, lots of words and everything. I will highly suggest that you get your hands on this and you understand that, hey, what exactly is the difference between this? Where can they be used? Because again, I have seen a lot of difference in using Sonnet versus Opus. Normally, I don't use Haiku, and the response like overall quality. So for a particular use case like strategy planning, AI agents, long document analysis, I have seen that Opus perform a lot better. So that is where I will suggest, based on my practical experience, that let's go with Opus. That will be a lot better approach to go. Okay, so with that, everyone, now let's move on to the next part where we will understand that how can we communicate with Claude, basically the whole idea of effective prompting. So great, everyone. Now let's move forward to understanding about prompting or talking with Claude. So the goal of this section is that again, we will not be discussing any overcomplicated prompting techniques or some random example. The idea will be that after this whole section, you are able to understand that, okay, why bad prompts fail, how to give better instructions, and how to structure your request naturally. Okay, so that will be the whole idea. Now, the biggest mistake which people do is expecting AI to magically understand the vague instructions. Claude overall is, yes, it is very, very powerful, but it works best when you communicate everything clearly, right? So the easiest way to think about prompting is that you are simply explaining the task to a smart assistant, right? So you are not just, let's say you are just, I can take an example, just let me copy it and let me ask it that, hey, give me a workout plan. So I'm just asking it a very, very basic thing without any background, without anything. So see, I would love to help. Let me tailor this to you. Now, deliberately clarifying question. So, okay, yeah. See, that is again some overall thing which I wanted to show you around Claude. If I just copy this thing and maybe ask to ChatGPT, let me open new one. Then again, it will try to maybe give me a very basic plan. Here's a simple balanced weekly plan. So see, it has just given the full plan. And that is where again Claude normally or inherently is a little bit more smarter. It is asking me the specific question that, so before giving me the answer unnecessarily, it is thinking and telling that, hey, okay, what is your primary fitness goal? Let's say I say build muscle. Okay. How many days per week you can work out? I normally work out 5 days per week. What equipment you have access to? So like, okay, I think I can say maybe dumbbells and home setup because my gym is not a lot good. So in a way, it has just asked you this question, and comparatively, ChatGPT has given you the full thing. So I hope you do understand that how overall Claude is a little bit better at how it has given you these things, right? Push, pull, legs, upper body, and active recovery, all these things. But uh, here, even though Claude is trying to help, it didn't know normally a lot about me, right? So in that case, what I will do, everyone pay a lot of attention. I will just open a new chat, and this time I will give this prompt. Create a beginner friendly workout plan context. I have never exercised regularly before, so I'm giving it a proper context. Then goal, improve general fitness and energy, build muscles. Okay. Constraint only 30 minutes per day, 4 days a week. Let me make it 60 because 30 is a lot less. Give a simply weekly routine plan. So I will copy this again so that you can get its access afterwards. Now, I hope you do understand with this very, very easy example that how nicely we have changed or we have provided our agent with a lot of context. Now, you can see that I'm giving context, goal, constraint, and output. Now, again, you can just play around with these words as much as you want and create your own prompting framework. You can call it CGCG. You can, CGCO. You can call it GCCO, like totally on you. But the main idea is that you are giving your AI the proper instructions as well as proper things which might be needed by it. Okay, so if it, for example, if it needs, let's say, some overall health report, some PDF, you are providing that. Okay, so we will be coming that how can you use that as well. But that is the main idea, everyone, and that is where the overall discipline of prompt or context engineering comes into picture. Prompt or context engineering, where we are saying that, okay, to my AI, let me just ask this question as well, and you will see that how the response will be a lot better. So even though Claude asked clarified question, now it is again in a thinking mode. It is saying that, hey, I'm thinking about this architect an interactive workout plan widget. So somehow it has went a lot forward and trying to bring a widget or something. But yes, now it is having a lot more idea about me. If I would have any, let's say, health condition or something, I would have provided this as well here. So it doesn't make that mistake. And you can see that how Claude is giving overall thing in a lot better manner, right? So as compared to other AIs, then that is where it shines. That is why people are moving towards it because it is getting a very nice widget and everything, scheduling that rest days, building your weekly plan. Not that it is just, let's say, ogling out anything without thinking. It is properly giving the time to each and every problem and then coming up with a response. And see how nicely it is. Tuesday, Wednesday, each and everything is in a very, very nice manner. So that is how, like, or that is the reason why Claude actually is getting that traction because each and everything in a very nice manner, right? So it is giving me alternate resting days, pretty good. I can have a proper widget, days per week, per session, rest days 3, level beginner, all the things, how many sets I should do, reps time, tip, pull elbow back. So it has gone a lot ahead. So in that case, it is smart. But the second I provided it with more context, the second I gave it a little bit more idea about myself, it was able to actually understand a lot more in depth. So that is the whole case, everyone. So unclear prompt, example, analyze this data set. We are missing the context. Why are you not saying that, hey, analyze this data set as a data analyst who are working at Microsoft or Amazon? Make sure that you do this kind of analysis, find the strength, weakness, where it can be improvements. Then there are process instructions. So Claude, once it gets the instruction, it processes them. And once it processes that, everyone, then if you are given it in a structured prompt, that is, let's say, task, context, and format. Okay, so this is normally what I ask you to follow. Just make sure that you are, again, as I said, don't fall for any of these frameworks because I personally find that although these frameworks are good, at the end of the day, each and everyone is trying to give one and the same thing. That is what task it has to perform, context, okay, and the format. So what it should return. That is the whole case. So we saw this GCGO framework, I think, sorry, GCAO framework, where this was context. So where we say the goal, actually GCAO is goal, context, action, and output. So how it has to work on that. But as I said, majorly you're giving it a task, which is the action. You're giving it the context, which comes into the goal and the overall context GC part. and you're giving it the format that, hey, what exactly should be the output. So the better you overall, let's say, provide this thing, the better any AI in that case will work, be it Claude, be it ChatGPT, and you will see a lot better results overall, right? Now, as a good practice, you can actually just use any other AI as well to create prompt for you. But in that case as well, I will highly suggest that you will have to give more and more information. So if I ask it, give me a prompt to ask Claude about a gym plan. Right now, even though it will give me a way better prompt, but still it is missing the context about me. So that context only you can suggest. So see, it is saying all these details, requirement for the plan. And that is why normally I suggest that, okay, on the prompt engineering part, just ask the other AI, try to understand what's a good prompt, and towards the end we will also be making a skill, right? So we will make a skill which kind of ask us clarifying question, make sure that it can create a very good prompt, and then give us an answer. So that is the whole idea around connecting with your Claude, everyone. And always remember that clarity is what unlocks the real power of Claude. Better prompts don't just make AI smarter, they make your instructions a lot more clear because you will be having different instructions. So, just as an example, let us try out another case. So, let me open a new chat and I will just paste it. See, task, generate ideas for a weekend activity, context, group of 5 friends in Bangalore, budget friendly, prefer outdoor activities format, give 5 options with a short description. Now, let me just not use extended thinking this time and let me just enter it. Now you will see that when the extended thinking is not opening, it is just kind of giving answer a lot quickly, right? So it is just giving us answer out of the box. It has not thought about the problem. Though you have given each and everything in a proper, like still you have followed a overall, let's say manner or the instruction framework. Because extended thinking was not on, it has given you the answer right from the memory. Maybe if extended thinking was on, and I will just do the same thing to show you. This time I will do the same thing, but I will make the extended thinking on. So now you will see that how before answering, it will most probably try that, okay, let me think about the budget friendly, then it gave you the answer. So simple request, no tools needed. It said that, hey, this seems like a very simple request. I can just answer it. So it thought about the problem and based on the problem, it is making that call, right? So that is the main thing, everyone. Again, it is giving the tip and everything as well. And that is where you have to also take the call that if your particular use case, it requires any particular uh, thinking it or it can be done right off the box because unnecessarily just burning token will not be that helpful, right? And now, as we see the answer, of course, in the very first iteration, so if you will remember in the whole crash course roadmap, yeah, if you will see here, we did saw that how after prompting there was a very important part of iteration, right? Seldom will you get the right answer in a first go, be it again Claude or any other model for that matter. So we have to make sure that we make it better by giving us our input as well. So you can just say that, hey, as an example, make the activities more adventurous. So now it will go forward, everyone, and it will make sure that, okay, it is giving it in an adventurous manner. So night trek, paragliding, right? Bouldering and rappelling. Okay, I'm not sure where it happens. Whitewater rafting, jungle camping. And now, everyone, what I can also do is that I can ask it that, okay, now add approximate cost estimates. So you will see that how I'm moving in an iterative manner, step by step manner, making the things a lot better. So this is also one very important way that instead of just having everything in a single prompt, you can also move in an iterative manner, seeing the output. Though still suggested that in the very first part, give it the most or the like give it the full context which is needed so that it can actually work and create your overall output a lot better. And of course, then you can keep on iterating and creating the answer a lot better. Claude overall is a pretty good in that. So you can see that how each and everything it has given you the good estimate per person, group of 5, everything. Now it is saying budget trip, night trekking and bouldering give you the most adventure per rupee. So yeah, very good understanding, a little logical kind of answering the question, and that is what we want to understand, right? And I'm taking these example because I feel that they are relatable to everyone, be it from tech or non-tech. Everyone goes for adventure trip, so that is the whole case, everyone. And yeah, we can see that how in an iterative manner as well we are able to take full advantage. So just one thing I will say: think of prompting, not actually asking a question. Don't say that, hey, I'm asking something to Claude, but let's say as briefing a task or as normally a solution to the problem, right? So whatever you are giving it, properly give it as a overall problem, and then it will provide you with a solution. Or let's say overall as a task you have to provide someone. Okay, don't just see your AI as a Q&A kind of a bot. See it as an assistant. More context you give, explain the problem, give the whole in and out about everything, then it will give you out the whole answer overall. So that is how you can actually use any AI a lot better in a iteration or iterative manner with very, very good prompting. So just to quickly summarize, make sure that whenever you're talking to AI, you are giving a proper starting prompt, each and everything with the goal, context, what action it should take, what should be the total output. Think about this in a structured prompt. What is the task? What is the context? Like, let's say, what all you need to provide, and then the format or the output format, how it should work, right? So that is where I think it is very, very powerful. And of course, it is not that even if you provide the perfect prompt, your answer will be perfect. You might have to then also ask in an iterative manner, give it more things, make sure that the answer gets corrected. That is something which you might have to follow. So, this I believe everyone is the perfect strategy if you want to use Claude and get the best answer out there. So now everyone that we understand how to communicate with Claude effectively via the prompting and the iteration. Of course, we saw the question part as well. Let's now explore one of the most powerful capabilities, that is working with real files and documents. Because again, we will be using Claude for an array of things, and our work or overall, we day to day we work with multiple files, and that is where I feel that the next capability of Claude overall, where we can use it for with files and everyday document, is very, very impressive and important. So let's move on to the next part, everyone, where we will see that how we can use our Claude with files and other things. So great, everyone. Now let's see that how we can work with files, images, documents, Excel files, anything with your Claude. Now, pretty sure that we have more or less used Claude or ChatGPT with the same, but I would like to show you like what all more is possible. That is the whole idea here. Now, before we move forward, I would like that you do a very, very important change. And believe me, this one change will make your Claude work a lot better. Like this actually, believe me, is something which I always keep in my Claude, because this helps me to make sure that even if I'm providing some vague instructions or something vague to my AI, it is able to act on my behalf and ask me the questions. So I will say here that for any task which I provide, please make sure that you ask me about the below things. Now, I would like to make sure that in by using a hashtag like this, I'm pretty sure that many of you might have seen that the prompts which are provided to you, right? So I will just have, let's say, Markdown to uh, text or something. Let me just show that. Yeah. So many of you might have seen that if I copy, let's say, a particular prompt, then you will be having these kinds of slashes, hashes, or something there, right? So they are actually the Markdown format. Now you can read more about it, but the whole idea is that if I just write something, let's say hello here, or let me just say rich text or HTML. Okay, 1 minute. Let me quickly check. I think Markdown to rich text. So the idea is I just want to show you that how normally it is visible. Yeah. So as you can see, just adding this hash in front of your word, it actually is a Markdown format, which kind of tells your AI that, hey, this is a heading, right? So if I write something, hello, how are you? Just as an example, you will see that your AI will also see that, hey, this hello seems like some heading. So maybe I should treat this section as a separate one. And that is the reason, like, if you will, just as an example, if I say copy this thing and if I paste it here, yeah, you will see that, okay, this thing is having this star star because this is for bold. So if you will see it in the right, it is getting bold in here, right? So this actually, everyone, this like double star is to bold things out. I can just show you that what exactly this Markdown format is, and highly suggested that if you are giving your prompt, use this Markdown format. Like it is pretty easy to understand. Hashtag is heading. Then you have this, let's say, for your best practices and everything is there. For paragraph, you can normally write it down, everyone. Then for line breaks, like you can have this in a paragraph block. For emphases, you can have this in a bold block. The idea is that better your AI will be able to understand, better again answer it will give, right? So in lieu of that, let's go back and I will just ask my prompt, sorry, Claude, that below things, which is the goal. If, or let's say context, ask if any other context is required, right? Then I would also say that output. So, what should be the exact output format? And I could just also mention, so going with what we discussed in the prompt, action, what should be the course of action? I would also mention now, since I showed you that how Claude is having the ask question capability, I will say that make sure that you ask me questions regarding the problem, so we can tackle the whole problem, whole task effectively. So this is again very, very important. The second you add this thing to your Claude, for every problem, like if you give it any particular problem, it will make sure that these instructions will also go with your, let's say, message. And the Claude will make sure that instead of just giving you any vague answer, it is effectively asking you these things, right? So this makes your overall burden of always thinking in terms of prompting framework a lot less, because now Claude will ask these questions with you. Claude will make sure that hey, each and everything of this particular manner is already clear, and your output will be a lot better. And in the end, I will just add one more line, very, very important. Make sure that, or rather, don't always agree with me. Make sure that you present what exactly is best for the task in hand. So this I am writing everyone to make sure that we are able to understand that how, like normally what happens is that AI is a very yes man kind of a thing. It always, if you will say that hey, give me $1 billion, it will just give you a plan and just praise you. I want to make sure that it should not always or unnecessary agree with me. Okay, it should actually be like my manager who is kind of correcting me at every step, or someone who is my senior, so that it is not okay making those mistakes and making me feel happy. So once you save these changes, then you will see that how nice your overall responses become. Because for every problem now, everyone, we will be having these things taken care of. So with that in mind, everyone, now let's go back to our chat and let me just open a new chat. Let's understand about the document analysis or the working. Now, again, the main idea here is that we will be always working with files, right? So it is seldom the case where we just use AI independent of any files or structure. Like, of course, we are using it either for our work. Normally, we just don't go to Claude and just ask it question, etc. So for the same, everyone, one of the biggest difference between AI usage and powerful AI usage is giving AI the real information to work with, right? Claude becomes dramatically more useful when you give it documents, reports, or data, because then it is able to tell you the answer or basically generate the overall responses based on them. So for the same, what we will do, everyone, pay a lot of attention. I have some files now. You could of course have some files related to your personal school, college, or in your job as well. This is just a report, global startup ecosystem report. So it's a 50-page document, and similarly, I also have a Excel SX. So this is again a Excel file via which, like, you will see that how it is having so many of these different data points. Our idea will be, I'm taking a real world use case where, let's say, if your manager or you have to in a college go through a particular report or create something, how will Claude help you in that? And one thing more to notice, everyone, that though you could do the same thing in ChatGPT with proper prompting again, and with connecting it with proper tools, etc., which we will see as we move forward, it is going to be a lot more powerful. So that is why it is very, very important that you understand how Claude overall works with this. So with that, let's now start. You could either go here and add files or photos. You could either do that, or you could just drag and drop this. So once you drag and drop, everyone, it will get attached. And Claude, while it is getting attached, see, it is taking a little bit of time. Though the file size was not high, it will try to basically make sure that it is understand it, it is able to extract the text, etc. Now you could just paste the prompt, analyze this prompt, and summarize the 5 most important insights. Return the insights in a bullet point with short explanation. If you remember, we also set up the instructions where we ask that it should ask us for the goal, action, all these things. So yes, if it feels that more things are needed, it will ask us for the same. Now I could just send it everyone, and we will see that how, since it is extended, it will try to understand each and everything. It will now start up. And unlike other AIs, and this is where actually Claude is very, very powerful, right? So that is the reason when Indian IT stock fell, it was able to basically showcase these kind of functionalities. And we will see that how, unlike providing these instructions again and again, we can also make them as a skill. So when we will go into skill section, so see, now it is asking me question. The reason is that we also asked that in the main prompt, the prompt which we did to personalize it, that hey, if you have anything, please ask the question for it. So it is asking what is the who is this somebody for? I can say uh, investor or VC audience. How deep should the explanation be? I think can be 3 to 4 lines per insights. Now, since it has cleared these things out, and another best part which I like everyone is that how it is giving you these options as well. So instead of just asking the question, which other AI also asks, it is kind of also giving you the choices as well, just making your work a lot better. Like, of course, all of us are very, very lazy. If Claude can give us these things, then of course we are able to see a lot better results, and we can just select them. And even like anyone who had no experience whatsoever with AI can also work on that. And see, it is able to give us all the things. Now, if you want, as we said, we can work on top of that. We can ask it rather to make a quick, make a short infographic to explain these, which I can share with the, let's say, members in my call. So now when I will ask it for the infographics, everyone, it will create one very nicely. Make sure it is easy to understand. So not only can Claude actually understand these things, it can actually also understand your PDF report, spreadsheet, CSV, and give you these the answer after the analysis in some visual way. So with respect to, let's say, of course, Excel and PowerPoint presentation, or even some infographics, etc. So now you will see reading front end design skill. So we will come that okay, what exactly is this skill and how can we create our own skill as well, when we will go and jump onto the skill section. But here the idea becomes that how creating crafting professional HTML infographic for investor presentation, and it is showing you each and everything. If you click this, it is showing you that what exactly it is doing. So it is very, very important. Now again, just getting the work done versus understanding that how work is getting done, this is a very, very big difference. I want that you follow the latter, where you are understanding as well that okay, what exactly Claude is doing. So I always have a habit that I read through these things, what basically Claude is saying, or any AI for that matter, so I can understand that okay, where it is taking the step. So if I don't even get a right answer, I can ask it that hey, this is maybe some step which you have to correct, or this is the action. So maybe I can ask that hey, when you are creating, make sure that you ask me for the color palette, or let's say you search the web for more information. So that is the kind of a thing. Now it is seeing, showing you the same, like how it has created the same. I can just see it getting created. So just a minute, let us have it here and see how nicely it has created the same thing, right? So pretty, pretty good approach, everyone. You can actually share it with anyone. It's pretty well versed. You can download the same from here. Once you download it, of course, it can be in a HTML format. Here is the code as well. Now, again, you don't have to understand the code. If you want, you can just select anything. You can just make sure that, okay, do this change or something. That can also be done. In line with that, in the last overall thing which it generated, if you select, you can just reply where this will come as a context or the reference to this particular chat. So if you're continuing your chat, everyone, and if you feel that, hey, this point needs more thinking, just select this point and click reply, and it will do the same. Or if I want, so just I will say that, hey, my, let's say, can I have it in white background instead? So again, a very, very simple change I am asking it to do, and it will, what it will do, it will start making the change into this only. Since it is having the context, I could generate actual artifacts or use like things which I could use in my job. So that is where it gets powerful, everyone. And that is what I want all of you to learn. And this is where I feel though other AIs can also do it. So again, since like Claude is all the hyped up, I will not, as an expert, say that okay, Claude is only the best, others are failing. No, but Claude does it a lot better. So that is the whole idea, and it is having those skills, etc. as well. And see, it has done the whole thing in white. I could actually ask it change the points also in white and use a darker text overall. Okay, I think it is still doing that. So updating card background and everything. So let it work actually. I think it will be better to first let it close, because slowly it is actually doing something. So see, now it has changed these things. In a step, we can see that, okay, what is exactly it is changing. So updating full card accent and card number colors. So now it will be doing that in front of you. And yeah, once it is done, I think these also will be a little bit blacker, which of course will be very easy for the readability. And if you share this with your team or your manager, like they will be like, yes, this person has actually done the work. So see how nicely it is, right? It is able to understand and do the work in a step by step manner. That is actually the power here. It is not that, okay, it is just doing it and you are having no idea. It is kind of moving in a step by step manner, and that is based on how Claude as a brain thinks and do the work. So with that, everyone, now let's move forward and see more example as well. So now, of course, you could press give it your images, etc. as well. You can give it your PDFs, you can give it your spreadsheets, etc. Ideally, you could give it anything. Like if you will give it a code, etc. as well, it will explain, understand that. So the idea is very simple, that Claude not only does it works and chats with you, it is able to actually work by doing a lots of analysis. And this is where again information can be turned into actionable intelligence. So that is the whole idea, everyone, that how it works. And this is again very, very important. So everyone, now let us move forward and try to test more of Claude's functionality. So the way I have actually going around this crash course, as you can see, slowly and slowly we are trying to master each and everything, rather than those 15-20 minutes video where like you are just bombarded with the information, and at the end, though you feel happy that, hey, I know something, but yeah, you don't end up actually gaining something. So now next part, everyone, will be where we get a lot of use case and we have to do an analysis, right? So for that, majorly you might be getting a PDF, Excel file like this. So Excel SX. Now earlier we used to run data science machine learning models to get any information out. Now with Claude, etc. And I would like to show one more thing here. Actually, if we will go and search, and I will be creating videos on that as well. Claude is there now for Excel as well, right? So I'm trying it out. Actually, how well it works in Mac. Do I need to have Windows, etc.? But the major idea is, everyone, that uh, in future, knowing things will be very, very helpful, because then you can just make sure that you're steering AI in the right direction. So the basics will still hold. But if you are someone who don't want to focus on basics and feel that AI will do everything, sorry, then it's a problem. So with that, now everyone, let's try to give in a way better prompt here. And the way I've asked for this prompt is based on what I taught you. Plus, I asked ChatGPT to create a prompt for Claude. Now, again, you can make sure that, okay, you are using these AIs to write prompt for you, but still you will have to tell what you want. So in here, I told that, okay, these are the things which I want. Now I would paste this prompt here as well, everyone, so that I can share that with you, everyone, in the end. So now, if we will see, you are a senior data analyst with experience in manufacturing, analytics, all these things. I will provide you with an Excel dataset related to gelatin production, yield, quality metrics. Your job is to analyze the dataset, extract the most important operational insights with minimal verbosity, then context, okay, what all is given, exactly how it has to work, outliers, provide top three factors affecting product quality. And this is again one of the client data which I had. So this is a real data, it is not some dummy data. And the second I enter this, Claude will of course get started. And yes, you could have choose Opus for this as well. But if I show you, if I go on Opus, it will say Opus consume. So let me just get it. Opus consume usage limit faster than any other model, right? So normally I have seen that, yes, with good prompting, Sonnet is also pretty good. Now again, it has invoked some reading XLSX skill. So yes, it kind of is giving you traces that, hey, I am way more powerful with something known as skill. And that is what we also have to understand, everyone. Now, parallelly, I would like to show you one more thing. So one more important part is that not only can it work with just structured data like this, the best part comes where it can work on non-structured data as well, right? So what I mean by non-structured data, like your let's say images, etc. So meanwhile it is running, everyone. Another good part is that how we can run multiple tasks parallelly. So if you will see, this task is already running, right? So this is already running. I can open a new chat. Now this is a overall, let's say, thumbnail which I have designed. Maybe I will be using this for this video as well. It's a pretty good one. If I could just change this icon, but I could just get it here and say analyze this thumbnail for a crash course on Claude AI for my YouTube channel. Okay. So again, this time, though it is a thumbnail, it is just having this automate your life as a text and maybe some few things more. Majorly, it will also try to understand and give you the overall output by understanding the image as well this time. And I will show you that how you can make skills for each and every of these things based on your particular requirement as well, right? So that if you find that, hey, this particular chat has worked pretty well, and I want a similar kind of thing maybe going forward, then you can do that as well. So now everyone, if you will see, it is giving us the answer. Parallelly, this is also working. Okay, so yeah, like doing a lot of analysis. I think that's why a little bit of glitch. But let's go back to our thumbnail. So great thumbnail to work with. Before I dive into analysis, let me ask you a few more questions. Target audience, channel size, and how it should focus on. So let me just copy this. So this is how you have to work, right? So again, see, it is coming up everyone from the master prompt which we have given. So if you all remember, if I go in the settings, I can get rid of this, should be fine. Then I gave it this particular thing, right? And this is exactly what it is following. So see, goal, are you looking to improve this existing thumbnail, validate it before publishing, or this context, action and output? So now you have not specifically asked for this particular prompt, but it is taking that into consideration. And that is why I feel that if you have the right way of using the Claude overall, then please just make changes in here. That is going to be very helpful. You can say that, hey, always and always make sure that the way you are asking or providing response is very professional. If you are using Claude in a professional setting, and if you feel that okay, you are using Claude just for some research, etc., then ask it that, hey, please make sure that you always search. Make sure that it is not very long because then unnecessarily it will be sent, but up to a basic length to give it a very good start, right? So this is like training your intern to just ask these questions. Now I could just provide these things. I can just copy this, maybe improve existing thumbnail. Then I could say beginners, developer, business users. I think everyone is the target audience. So I'm showing you this. I will not be actually moving forward because I want to show that, okay, how exactly we correct in an iterative manner as well, right? So not jumping any gun here. Now it is established. I hope it is established and you can subscribe as well, everyone. Then 40K, then competitor landscape, any other Cloud AI, lots of them. Most are shallow or just talk about launch, etc. And is there a person in something new? Yes. So I am the person. Yes. Should I focus on CTR optimization? So I can just go a little down, say CTR optimization. And then I can say structured written critique, scored breakdown, actionable redesign suggestion. So I think this is something which I will want. So now in a way we have given the answers. I can just say below are the answers. Now, if I could not have provided that prompt, it might have not performed this well. It might have just given me out of the box. But now it knows my whole approach, like it knows my whole intent as well. And now, of course, when the Claude will work, it will have the extended thinking open, which I will suggest all of you to have. And see, scrutinizing thumbnail element for CTR optimization tactics. Perfectly, it is working on these things: text, automate your life, large bold text, wide for your life. So again, it is showcasing these things, right? And if I go on gelatin one, parallelly this is also running. Okay, I might have to retry it. Let us retry. So again, I think this asked for a retry because it took a lot of token, because this file, as I told, the Excel file which I gave, it is not actually very easy. Okay, it is not some dummy data which it will work on, since it's a proper client file. Sometimes this also happen, right? So totally uh, worth it, not a problem. We are now seeing that okay, it is done, and in a bit I think it will be providing us with the response. So okay, like seems like some issue here, but let it provide. Okay, let it provide. So everyone, the last one was actually facing some issues. So I have actually provided in a new chat, and this happens sometimes. So I would like you to know that yes, this is also perfectly possible in Claude. Like I have faced it many times as well. One more thing, if you refresh this page, then also like sometimes I have seen that it forgets this task. So unless it kind of give you the answer, it is not saving the chat. Like I face this issue. Now I've just provided the same again. You will see that how it is saying the task is well scoped. You have covered goal, action, output format clearly. So again, coming up from the major prompt. which we have done at a user level. And again, see, it is asking for the load the dataset and ask one focus context question. So it is just doing all these things, right? As I said, since the file is Excel and it is a pretty long file, it might take some more time either, or basically lots of tokens. So that might also be an issue. But yes, parallelly, let's see our thumbnail overview. So see if I show, yeah. So here it is saying that headline is wrong for your goal. Automate your life with a generic automation hook. It could be N8N, Zapier, or Make. Claude AI full crash course, Master Claude AI, or Claude AI does everything. Then logo you're holding it as recognizable at thumbnail side. The orange lightning logo strings down loses meaning. Viewers won't know it's Claude related unless they already know the brand. So either digital prop or replace it with Claude wordmark logo clearly. So see, it has also understood that how the logo which I provided, right? That was not of Claude actually. That I think was Claude cover, because again, that's the whole idea. Everyone, let me just get that image. Yeah. So it did get that, hey, this is Claude cover, not Claude. And then everyone, it is giving more things. The background UI is wasted space. Text hierarchy is flat. One big word, one smaller supporting. Either blur it more or make you pop background UI, or zoom into one striking output like a workflow result that shows Claude doing something impressive. So yes, it is kind of provided a very, very good manner. Now, do you have a transparent PNG of yourself from the shoot? Any color preferences? So want to mock up a revised thumbnail concept. So see, it is asking you that if you have a PNG, just provide and it will start and provide you with that particular thumbnail as well. Now, normally I don't use Claude for image generation, etc. And I would like to cover this as well because it takes a lot of token. Okay. So again, if you have a max plan or something, you can surely do that. But I've seen that in free or pro plan, after 2, 3 images, it will ask that, hey, now I'm all sucked up. It will take a lot of time for me to get back. So please see that. Okay. Now in here, as you can see, this Excel, it is taking a lot of time. Though I remember it was able to do that in like co-work, but still no worries. Let it run. And in a way, then it will be able to give you a proper analysis. I would actually like to show you what kind of presentation I was able to make by working on this particular data only. So just 1 second, and I think 1 minute. Yeah. So this was everyone the presentation which Claude created for me based on that data set. Right. So it ran all the things on the data set, created these kind of graphs as well. And it was able to give me this very good presentation. So you can just think that if you suggest or give this presentation overall to your client, to your manager, how good it will be. And this complete presentation, Claude was able to generate for me. So that is where I think the power lies, and that is where we should try to master Claude as well. Now, again, it is just taking a lot of time, should be fine. As I said, it can run in the background. But for us, we are able to understand that, okay, how exactly Claude works with your documents. So I've shown you PDF reports, spreadsheets, notes, transcript, of course, it will work. Images also I've shown you. And yes, I will, when we will cover scale, you will know that, okay, if there is some particular file and you want that it should be handled in a other manner, it can do that as well. With respect to, let's say, anything JSONs, or normally some JSON or this, output file as well. So this is all what happens, everyone, in the Claude document analysis workflow. Now, this is very, very important. I hope you do understand that, because this is where you will be using your day-to-day files to actually use get the work done, right? So using AI is all fine, creating website, etc. But this is where it gets a lot powerful, and this is where I would be liking that you use Claude the most. So now with this clear, everyone, now let's move on to the next very, very awesome and exciting topic, which is Claude artifacts. Now, if you remember, I asked you in the starting that go to your settings and 1 minute, go to your settings and do make sure that in the capabilities, this artifact thing is turned on. Okay. And we see this artifact here. Now, these are all the very, very basic kind of an artifacts which we can ask Claude to create. But of course, we will take it a step further and ask it to create more better things for us. So with that, let's now try to understand about the artifacts. Great, everyone. So now let us understand about one of the most powerful feature. And in here, we will be actually also building a very good mini project kind of with you. That is your portfolio website, which you can, of course, share to anyone. Now, up to this point, we have used Claude mostly for generating answers or like analyzing some information, right? So we were giving it some query or we were giving it some files, etc. And it was able to give us with the answer, maybe in a lot better form, in the form of, let's say, some document, some presentation, PPTX, etc. But Claude can actually go a step further and can provide you interactive tools as well. And that is where artifacts come into picture. Now you will see that these are the pre-built artifacts which Claude is saying that, hey, I can generate for you. Now there is Anthropic Office Simulator, Raw Node Transformer, Code Vertex, QR code generator. Like you give it a website, it will generate a QR code, etc. And again, like many of these things, I think we can just test out a very simple one. So let's try to have this where's the sloth. Now in this, if you will see, like it's kind of a mini game, but we will try to actually use it for a proper use case, right? So I see that many people are just showing you the artifacts. Okay, let me refresh it. Let us go to artifacts and let's try to see. Yeah. So I was saying that many people are showing you the artifacts, but they are just kind of touching on them because I feel that they are not aware that what all it can do, right? So in that sense, everyone, let's try to understand. Let's say this thing, emoji dream interpreter. Now describe your dream and Claude will interpret it. So if you will see, like there is a starting prompt, we can go and customize the same as well. I think there was a calculator as well. I think that is something which we can use. So let's try to see that as well, everyone. Or maybe we can just try out, let's say this, how petty are you? So again, the idea is that this time we are not asking Claude to provide us with some analysis in form of text, but rather we want that he create something for us. Now, if you will see, let's say if I just measure the pettiness, okay, whatever it means, the idea will be that, okay, how exactly is it working? If I want, as I said, everyone, it will be creating this small app kind of for you which you can also open in new tab, etc. Right? So if you will see, it can open this in a new tab where you can share it with everyone else as well. So with respect to that, instead of focusing on these one, let's try to create one ourselves. Artifact, as I said now, let us get cooking, pick an artifact category. I think it will be apps and website. And let's try to actually create one. So again, small application that Claude directly generates inside the chat. So calculator, dashboard, planners, and maybe mini web tools. So let's actually try to have a prompt. I have created a prompt which we can use. Let me save this parallelly. Okay, where's the file? So I will just quickly save it, everyone, and let's see. Again, I think I can just skip it. Let me just cancel it out and let me stop it. What I will do is, okay, you can save changes. I will just paste this, okay, create an interactive monthly budget planner. The tool should include inputs, monthly income, rent, groceries, transportation, entertainment, other expenses, and outputs. And I would just say, create a web page artifact for me. So now instead of like creating some document, PDF or something, it will be able to create a very, very good interactive kind of a widget or artifact. So if you will see now, it has started to write the code. And again, the best part about AI or about maybe you can say it as vibe coding is that now you don't need to understand these things, right? Earlier, this used to maybe take even a week easily. And that is where I think AI is democratizing a lots of things that now, even without understanding these things, even if you are a proper no coder, though I am a coder, I understand these things. Even without that, you can generate application at par with the experienced coder as well, right? So that is the whole case, everyone. Now let it quickly work. I think I will just quickly wait for it to finish. So as you can see, it has created the same, everyone. Now this is the artifact which it has created. Now I could just add, let's say monthly income, say 50,000. And now again, rent and housing, say 15,000. So you will see that how nicely it is able to create this, right? And either now you can download the same as HTML or you can publish it as well. The second I publish it, everyone, it is actually now very, very easily. Like if I just open it on an incognito tab, usable by everyone. So that is the benefit of creating these artifacts. If you have some small tools or widgets in your mind, now you can just create them within a prompt. So nothing else required. As you can see, currency set to Indian rupees and everything as well. Now, just like again, let's say having the follow up thing, we can ask it to make changes in here. And Claude has essentially generated a small application that we can interact with, right? So this is where the power of Claude as a tool also lies a lot. And many times you will see that how Claude directly provides you with these artifacts, right? So that is the main benefit, everyone. Now see, we have added that, hey, improve the budget planner, add a simple pie chart showing expense distribution, a saving goal indicator. So now it is having the context that it will pick the same up, pick this particular thing up and try to make changes in here. So when we will republish the same, again, you will have to republish, the changes will be there. So you can actually take screenshot like this and also make sure that you are passing it to Claude and asking that, hey, make this change. So I will just show you this as well. I will just say, make, or let's say have a button for dark mode as well. So after this, we will be passing this whole thing. Now you are seeing that how it is kind of doing a lots of coding in the backend, writing those functions, HTML script, and you don't have to worry. Even if you are a coder, I think now this is the right way, right? So let Claude do the 90% of the job, and the rest 10%, the optimization, everything is something which you can do. And that is where the power lies. So see how it has created this thing. Budget overview, spending breakdown, expenses are still there. The complete expense distribution, each and everything is kind of mentioned. So let's say grocery 5,000. So it is basically able to work on that. That's the whole idea, everyone. So we can get this idea and everything. I can publish the same. I think it will create a new artifact. I don't see that it is updating the same. So rather, let us have it support dark mode as well, right? So it should support dark and light mode both, basically. Okay, so that is the whole idea, everyone. Now I do understand that yes, these Mayank are also few things which have been available for the last year or so, and people are able to, of course, use them. So see, it is making the code changes in the same code, right? And right in front of you. That is kind of very very smart. So now, everyone, let's actually move forward, and I would like that you create a portfolio website like this, and I will show you that how easy it is, right? So for that, I want that you first go to your LinkedIn. Pretty sure you will be having a LinkedIn page. So download LinkedIn profile as PDF. Okay. So there is this way of saving your LinkedIn profile as a PDF. Just go to me, that is your page, view profile, and just save to PDF. Okay. So this is what you have to do, everyone. And your complete information of, let's say, LinkedIn will come to your PDF. So I will quickly grab mine. So I've got mine, everyone. Let's see if it has added the dark mode or not. And you will notice one more thing. So Claude has generated the logic, the interface, and the calculations automatically, right? So it is smart in that sense. It is not just doing a very basic kind of front end development. It is able to actually do a little bit of logic handling as well, right? So that is the whole benefit. Now it has been published. We can just go and add it. Oh, sorry, access it. And there is an emd link as well, if you will see. So you can emd this as well, everyone, on your website or somewhere. So that is also very powerful, right? So you have created this small thing and you are just able to easily just emd it, right? So that is the benefit. Now, if you see dark, again, it can be a little bit better. But yeah, I think overall this thing works, right? So with that, now everyone, let's move forward. And as I asked all of you to just get your LinkedIn profile PDF, something which I have got as well, as you can see. Now, I want that you maybe go to ChatGPT, open a new chat, and okay, this was helpful, no worries. And just drag and drop your PDF. Ask it, I want to create a artifact website on Claude for my portfolio. Can you please provide me with a very good prompt to handle each and everything? Make sure that the website is, 1 second, yeah, modern, very sleek looking, and pushes out my skills, advantages, everything, so that if I share it with someone tomorrow, he get an idea of my expertise. Again, that's the best part, honestly, that now since these tools have evolved so much, normally they are kind of providing you everything in a very nice manner. So see, it is giving you the complete prompt page now, sorry, prompt which you can copy. It is having each and everything, and that is, I guess, the right way of using these tools now. Gone are the days where you have to do a very very basic level of prompt engineering. I think now this is the way of moving forward, everyone, right? So see, website structure. Now the reason that I am asking Chat GPT to generate it and not Claude directly, because again, the main idea is that in the same chat, you will have to handle lots of chat in Claude. Right now, I will just copy it once it is generated. So as you can see, it is done. I will just copy it, go to Claude, let's say here. Okay, this was incognito, my bad. Let me go here, open a new chat, and say that, okay, we can go via artifact, maybe create a new artifact. It will ask us apps and website, everything. So now again, we will do the same thing, right? So we will just paste it. Now it will ask few questions because we have kind of asked it in the main prompt as well. So let it do while you answer. Feel free to also describe your idea, the more everything. So I just want to say portfolio website. That's pretty good. It is for personal. Do you have a specific tech preference? No preference. And if it starts generating, then I will stop it actually. Okay. So few more questions to make it uniquely yours. Also feel free to share your name, bio, everything. So I think I should just stop it for the timing and I should just attach this and the prompt. Okay, yeah. So please, okay, I think it has started. We have to stop it. So it is just saying that, hey, I will create without you. No worries. AI getting a lot excited. But I think since we have the prompt, everyone, we should handle that. Please create the same. I have pasted the prompt. So now when I ask it, of course, lots of things it will have to do. But the main point is that it will be able to very, very nicely create the same for us within seconds. And the good part is that you can, of course, understanding that how Claude is also having a very, very good technical uh, capability or knowledge, you can, of course, make it a lot more better in future as well. So this one, everyone, as you can see, I have though created it with some other tool, but Claude can create a similar like this if you copy paste the same. Plus, overall, it can even make better than this because at the end of the day, if you provide images and everything, all of these are just being kind of created by AI. So I have not even written a single line of code here. Let's see that how Claude works on my here. So it has actually created the same everyone. Lots of code it has written. Like it took a good 2-3 more minutes. And I guess the idea is that since I'm having a very long profile, like I have added so many details, it took so much time. Of course, if you will add the photos, it will support the photos as well. Now you can see that how very very nicely it has kind of handled everything. I like the this one a little good honestly because it is very to the point. Okay, the other one I created for some other use case. But yes, if you just publish it, and I think all of you should also not try to create it. Towards the end, we will also try that we can join it with in our Maker project that we can join it with, let's say Excel or something. So now, if you will see everyone, yes, this, if you will see, is a website which, of course, I can share with anyone, or rather, I can get the code as well, right? So that is one more benefit, everyone. If you will see available for consulting collaboration, not sure how it picked it up. View work, everything. So it is showing me. Contact me 15,000, 15 okay, not problem. But anyways, the idea is that founder engineer, engineer founder educator, pretty nice thing. AI system builder, passionate. So see how nicely it is able to handle these things. Experience timeline, all of this thing I got from my LinkedIn profile. Then the skills and stack. Okay, how nicely it has created it. Result that speak. Learn from me. Watch on YouTube. It has the link also. Basically hyperlink. Then some selected projects, everyone, which I have actually worked on, highlighting this thing. Of course, if I want, then it can add these things. As of now, I guess if you will try to send me a message or something, it will of course not work, right? But we can change this. So see, as of now, this button is just a placeholder. But no worries. Towards the end, when we will see connectors, everything, we will try that how we can make this whole thing work pretty well as well, right? So if someone wants to connect with us, it will just hold the same the query and everything in a Google Sheet, and let's say weekly it can send us an email, or maybe we can go to the Google Sheet and do that. So do make sure that you create a very very good website and everything. Built with love in Bangalore, Mayank Agarwal. So I think it has got more or less everything, right? So that is the whole idea, everyone. That is where this thing is very very helpful. So now you have to just think about, let's say, Claude artifact that it can give you ROI calculators, marketing dashboard, habit trackers, study planners, productivity tools. If you understand that, okay, how you want your website to work as a product builder or product manager as well, now that is more than enough. So you have seen that how Claude doesn't just answer questions, it can help you build solution. And that is all what I think I had. 1 minute, yeah. I had in this image as well. So AI generated tool from prompt to interactive application. You give it a prompt, you give it all the context and everything. Logic generation, interface design, calculation engine, all these things, right? All the different backend logic, etc. Claude can do. Now, up till now, we have just seen actually the half of artifacts because it gets more powerful when you connect it with your day-to-day tools. So, of course, as of now, we have not learned about connectors, which I will be discussing in a bit. But once you connect them with your day-to-day tools, like let's say Gmail, Google Sheet, Notion, which all Claude also supports natively, then I think it becomes very, very powerful, right? And then you can get the interactive tool. So now for your clients as well as for let's say any of your uh, work, you should think that, hey, how can I have a artifact or something created? Because that visual thing makes it a very, very good overall beneficial returns, right? If you're showcasing someone that, hey, this is the research I've done, maybe showcase that with some good graphs and everything. And of course, if you have some repetitive work, maybe create an artifact for that. So that is the whole case, everyone. It helps you to instantly just generate tool. So Claude does just doesn't answer question. It can build you. It can easily help you in building these solution as well. So now that we have seen how Claude can generate tools, everyone, the next powerful feature is something known as projects, which helps you to organize your work and create repetitive workflows. So you will see that how as of now we are kind of working, and yes, we are able to do lots of things, but still it's a pretty messed up thing, right? So we have so many chats and everything. And though we have understood the overall UI and everything, I think project is where next our overall power will unlock. So in the next section, let's everyone try and learn about and master projects. Great, everyone. So now let's move on to projects. And I think this is the biggest difference between using AI casually versus as an advanced user, because project helps you to categorize your overall AI or Claude the way I think you have categorized your life. So seldom will be the case where you will be just opening these chats. And I think that was 1 year before, even when ChatGPT didn't have project. And I remember I purchased it specifically for that. So this thing honestly is present in ChatGPT as well. If you will see projects in here, now, the idea with Claude is like taking it to the next level. And the biggest problem or frustration is that when you are using AI tools and every new chat, like basically just starts from scratch, right? So you will be working on, let's say, a particular client, a particular problem. And if you're opening multiple chats, just like how we are learning this Claude today, each and every time I have to kind of tell that, hey, what I'm doing and everything. So that is where everyone projects is very helpful. And this kind of takes you to the pro level. Believe me, I think if I show you, I have project for every facet of my life, every client daily, AI, live AT, Udemy, AI consultancy, AI training, my YouTube. And you can also create the same. So if I just click new project, a new project gets created, everyone. Name of the project, let me say AI consultancy, Mayank. Okay. You can give what you're trying to achieve. So let's say provide, or let's say get clients and provide awesome solutions. Okay. Awesome AI solutions. Now, this is just a basic setting of your project, everyone. Now I can do create project, and you will see that how it has created a space within Claude for me. So that is what a project is. Though our user goal is exactly the same now: content creation, research, project, business planning. We of course work on things in terms of grouping, right? So that grouping gets transformed into your project. And the best part is that each new chat, if you want, of course, it can have the access and everything about your project altogether. So it is able to provide you with way better answers and instructions. You will not have to again and again give it the same instructions, which is very, very frustrating, as I said. So projects solve this problem by giving Claude memory about a particular facets of life. So think of it like a folder, but where each and everything is aware about everyone. Or maybe houses in a society where a house is having an idea that, okay, who lives, what happens, everything. So with that, everyone, now let's see. You will see that how you can add custom instruction. So these custom instructions, everyone, sit on top of the main custom instruction. So I would like to clear this thing out because it might get confusing. Plus, this will be very helpful in Claude code as well. At a Claude level, everyone, when we talk about the major Claude level, of course, we have given it some instructions that, hey, ask us question, make sure that you don't, if I just show you to remember, again, remind you. For any task I provide, ask these things, make sure that you ask the question. And these helps in making overall your project, sorry, Claude work a lot better. Now, inside this, everyone, now when you create a project, it also is having instructions which it can follow, and they are on top of the main Claude instructions, right? And of course, when you will be having multiple chats inside, they can have their own instructions as well. So I can open a chat and say that, hey, please make sure that you're very formal or assume these things and everything. So this is the hierarchy, everyone. Please remember this, because this will be very helpful in Claude code as well, right? So now with this thing clear, let's try to add some files. What I will do is I have the brand guideline txt. Now, if you will see, this is also having proper this thing Markdown formatting, right? So I already discussed with you that how with Markdown your AI is having the idea, right? So if I write something like let's say brand, this will be in a heading wise. Okay, so let me add this to my project, everyone. And now all the chats which I will have in my this particular let's say project, it will be having the context. Now 1% of the project capacity is used, so you can add tons of files in here and it will handle all these things, referring to the file as and when needed. And now everyone, if you want, you can edit the details, archive this, delete the project as well. You can star the same as well. Instructions and everything I think were already provided. And now we can start just creating a chat for our project. So I just have to refresh. I think there was some issue, but yeah, now I think we can get started, and I can say, can you create a quick outreach email and draft for my let's say client in USA, whom we are selling a voice agent solution via Vapi. So taking a real life use case, now it has all the brand guidelines and everything. This is where again it is taking all the instructions with respect to the main one. Now see, before draft, let me gather the key details. So this is I think coming from the main instructions. Identify client needs and everything. So it will go through the files, everything as well. Client details, VAPI solution specific, tone preference, all these things it is asking me. So sending a let's say formal proposal. Uh, I think we can have healthcare or medical should be fine. Short outreach email only. So yes, short outreach email. I don't want a lot high. I don't want to use a lots of coupon. Sorry, tokens. But yes, this is how your this will work, everyone. And you, if you will see, it is asking us more and more questions. So kudos to the main prompt which you write, and it is genuinely asking the question which I think are very very important, which maybe your receptionist or intern will also hire, right? So I can say that medical clinic or hospital, actually that is actually the case, and it is lead qualification plus call handling. And yes, these are actually the use case for which I have created the agent. So you can see that how smart it is. Do you have the client? No, keep it generic. So yeah, it got all the details, everyone. I can ask it that, hey, I think it will access the file altogether itself, or I can ask that, hey, this is how you have to do it. I can maybe ask it, please go through the brand guidelines to make it personalized. Normally it tries to access it non like directly as well without my intervention, but yes, it is able to also, you can also suggest that, hey, please refer to this particular file. So again, projects are just a workspace where Claude remembers instructions, files, conversation, and related to a specific goal. So you can create projects for content creation, research project, for your clients, for coding work, for business use case, all these things. And as I said, as an analogy, you just have to think of them like folders in your AI workspace. So that is the best analogy, everyone. Just to quickly remind you, these are where project sits. Highly suggest that please make sure that you are using this for basically just categorizing your chats and everything. So if you have some chat related to a project, like project is already created, then please make sure that you can actually add from here as well. If I show you add to project, you can add and change this from here as well. So that is the main idea. See, chat remove from project, chat move to project. So that is where everyone this gets very powerful. This small button you will see, if you are having or connecting with a project, it will show the project name as well, and all the other things I think remain the same. But since it's a space where it has an idea, it will give you a lot better results tailored with that particular problem. And over time, when you will have lots of chat, you will see the power of projects, because even without you specifying, the answers or the instructions which you will be getting, right, they will be tailored to that particular problem. So if I ask it, that's let's say access that file and everything, I think it should be able to. Hopefully, I think deleting or like getting this has not done any problem. Okay, so it is saying I already have the brand guidelines in context. Let me redraft both email with full brand personalization project. So it is saying that, hey, it is adding the empowering business with intelligent solution. That actually is the brand line. If I show you, so let me just get the brand guidelines. And if you will see here, yeah, this is the tagline: empowering business with intelligent AI solutions. So that is the benefit of project, everyone. I don't have to provide this thing again and again. And I'm just telling you these things because since I am using Claude more than a year, I am sharing with you the practical use case. So I'm not someone who is just learning few things and just telling. No, these are all the practical use case. You see two versions. Anything which we can send, we have the send via Gmail as well. So should be not a problem. And then again, it is just telling that, hey, what all things happen. My recommended still stand, go with version 1 for a formal proposal email to medical clinic. It's sharper. And of course, it is asking if it want, it can create more things. So that is the whole benefit and everything with project, everyone, like a safe space where you categorize your work and everything. So with the project clear, everyone, I think you will see that how powerful it gets. Now, if you will go in projects and just select the project which you have created, you can see all the chats in here, right? So now, since it is having the context, normally the more chats you have in here, the better basically you will get the answers with time. You can of course change the instructions if there is any new file, any new guidelines, any new let's say legal thing. Just add this into your files, and the best part is that Claude will handle the rest. So giving you the responses inside this particular project, you don't have to worry about anything. So as an example, when I do use it for some communication, I have already given the instruction that hey, be formal, be stern, all these things we already handle. And always remember this hierarchy of instructions. That first one is your Claude, that is why it is asking you for the questions, etc. Then it is the project instruction. And of course, last one is the chat. So if I will ask the chat to talk in Hindi, of course, it will first listen to this, right? So that is how this hierarchy goes. And yes, with project, it gives you a way of very, very nicely just organizing your life inside AI as well. So instead of repeating your instruction every time, you define them once inside the project and your chats live there as well. So very, very less chances that you will be using either this search functionality or scrolling like this to get your chat. So that is the whole idea. Pretty sure that all of you must have also wasted lots of time in this. And on that note, if you're using ChatGPT, ChatGPT also has this project thing which you can use, right? So if you will see homework, writing, it is having all the chat sources kind of in a similar manner. Now, that is the whole idea, right? So it can also add more context and everything. But with Claude, of course, the way we are understanding Claude AI, this gets more powerful. So now with everyone, now we have actually understand a lot in depth about these advanced concepts like artifacts, projects, everything. Now let's move on to the next step where we are going to learn about skills. And I think that's the biggest power of Claude. That is actually what caused majorly with Claude being so good in terms of the brain or in terms of working on things, and with these skills, like how they have separated this thing, this was majorly something which caused that ripple in the Indian IT industry and others, where we will try that we can now, along with keeping our Claude, make it a lot more powerful in some skills. And in this process, everyone, I have covered skills in a lot of depth. So we will try to create our own skills as well, so that anytime we are doing some work where we want it to be done in a particular manner, or where we want that, hey, whenever I have this request, please make sure that this gets done in this manner. So it will be able to get your skills and also provide you a much better response and answer. So with that, everyone, now let's jump on to the next one, which is your skills. Very, very powerful thing. We will make sure that we cover the same in lots of depth, and we are also further making our own skills as well. Great, everyone. Now let's jump on to the next topic, which I believe is very, very important. And I would like to take a little different approach. Now, I would like to showcase that why exactly this caused a ripple through the industries, and also explain you in an easy to understand manner. I saw that lots of people, without understanding that, okay, skills are not that out of the box, but yeah, why actually they behave the way they do and make plot so powerful. That would be my understanding, because in that manner, you will also understand that, okay, how can you actually make a skill and why they work the way they do. Okay, so that is the whole plan, everyone. Now first let's because I guess lots of things have been kind of mixed up so far. We have been telling Claude what to do through prompts, but what if Claude can actually learn how to perform a task permanently? That is the main idea. Okay, and that is what exactly skills do. Now I would also like to have a distinction here, because that would be helpful. So prompts were for quick task. Let me just get this thing and I will use the other images as well. Yeah. So now if we see, prompts, everyone, were for quick task, right? Then next we have project, which are for your organized work. And then you have skill, which is a specialized capability. Okay, so this is what a skill is, everyone. So this again is a very simple three lines to just have everything clear. Now, if we talk a little bit more about skill, everyone, think about if you can just give a very, very good instruction, just like how you train someone, right? You train a employee or an intern. If you can do the same thing, and that is what exactly skills are. So the main idea is that a skill is essentially a Claude plus, so brain of the Claude, plus instructions plus the structure, which finally gives you a specialized capability. Instead of writing the same prompt again and again, we create a skills that Claude can reuse. So that is the whole idea. Now, if you will see, it is now present under customize, and of course that can move with time because earlier this was not there. In this, we have the skills, everyone, where you will already see few of the skills. Many of them are kind of like not enabled, which we can do. So brand guidelines, for example, we can enable it. I think it will be very helpful for us. And along with that, everyone, if you go on settings and in the capabilities, this is also where I think this is where also you see the skills, everyone. So you can go to customize. Okay. So I think they have just moved it here now. Earlier, I remember it being in the settings. And yes, more or less, this is like a repository of what all Claude knows. Now, to explain in an easy to understand manner, just think like if let's say we have an intern. So say I'm just pasting it. Let me delete this. Yeah. Let's say that I have an intern, everyone. And now this intern has just joined. And say that I ask that, hey, your role now is to make sure that you do this, etc. Like, so I'm giving it some multiple skills, just like how we are having the skills. I'm giving this intern also some user manual or how normally, let's say, a particular work is done. I am asking it that, hey, go through this. This is your user manual. It already has a brain. So just think of intern as a Claude. Now, of course, we will learn about connector. So it can have its own calendar, Gmail, LinkedIn, everything. And now with the instructions, everyone, if you provide these instructions in a very, very nice manner, then this particular intern will have an idea that, hey, this is something which I can do. And if like you have, let's say, a library of these different skills, and let's say that with time intern knows that, hey, this is where uh information, instructions, output format, everything for a particular skill is left, then it can refer to that when needed. So that is actually what skill is in a simple sense. So what Claude does, everyone, is like, let's say that if I choose canvas design as an example, and again you can see many different skill, we will talk that how they are created and everything. This particular skills.md file is having the instructions. Okay, so it is not something out of the blue. It is just that the brain is the same. On top of that, you are adding this file, so don't confuse it like others are explaining it in a very difficult manner. For you, it is just, if I have a brain icon, then let's say this is the Claude brain, everyone. And on top of this brain, now you are just saying that, hey, this is the user manual and this user guide. If you are asked to do something around this, let's say the brand guideline thing, then use this skill. Similarly, if you provide, and that is actually where you can provide and create skills for lots of things, right? You can create skill for reading Excel, for let's say creating Word doc, creating PDF, creating website, and each and everything you can just mention in there. So this is what exactly happened. You will see that these are visually instructions for creating design philosophy, aesthetic movements that are expressed visually. And that is all the skills which it use, right? So you will see skills creator. So creating skill is also a skill, right? So earlier example, I was watching YouTube videos now, or let's say courses. Now I'm creating the same as well. So again, since it is a brain, you can teach it to create skills as well, right? So that is the whole idea, everyone. Now you will see that how we have the algorithmic art, doc co-authoring, MCP builder, Slack GIF creator. Let's try to actually use maybe Slack GIF creator or theme factory, yeah, web artifacts builder. We can just on off these skills. And if I go back now to the chat, everyone, and if I like, let's say, have a new chat, ask it to create a good Slack GIF based on all what you know about me. So I think this will be really good. I really hope it comes up with a good GIF. So that is the whole idea, everyone. Now, since again it is going through my personal recommendation, everything. Now, good thing that it is relevant, like it is looking into the relevant chat and everything. And I would want that all of you also do the same. I think that would be really awesome, right? If want, you can provide your image, etc. as well. But with time, once it gets the information, then I think, see, it is able to get this thing and is able that, hey, I will get some more information about you. As of now, don't see that it is getting anything. So let's say, yeah, that is the case. Vibe one, I think I'm funny and relatable. Where will you use this GIF most? I think everywhere. Okay, so maybe on WhatsApp and everything. So now let's see when it will try to create. Since we have enabled that particular skill, it will become a lot better in creating that because it is having that instruction. Okay, so thinking about creating this thing, see, reading the GIF creator skill. Now it is having these information, everyone. So it is exactly like how you went, read the user manual and the guide, and then you are doing the work in a much better manner. And this is where actually it is very simple to create this skills.md file, etc. as well. Because in a way that they are just having the instructions, right? Nothing else. So now if you will see installing dependencies, it will be having, I guess, some via Python, it will be creating the same. So it is installing those dependencies, pillow, image, IO, numpy, everything. And now it is trying to create one overall GIF for me. So in the backend, it is using Python and code, although you don't need to be, of course, aware about this. But yes, I like that. I see that what exactly is happening in the thinking mode, how this is moving, because in future, when you might try to create a skill, it might be very helpful, right? So that is the whole way, everyone. Now it is trying to create one. Let's wait and see that what it comes up with. And in a similar manner, so meanwhile it works, you can go to skills marketplace Claude and see that there are lots of places where skills are present. Of course, Claude has given you a lot. Let's see them one by one. So agent skill marketplace, you can go here and you can see ACP router, pros, one password MD, Apple Notes, right? All of these are there. Business, DevOps, lifestyle. I can select, let's say, DevOps, and then it will show me the skills for DevOps. And now I hope you understand, because Claude is so good as a brain, so it is like a super intern. And if you provided very, very nice instructions, then uh, when Claude introduced this with so good of an instruction, it was able to perform very, very nicely. And it was like having a pre created intern with superpowers. So that is where skill transformed to superpowers. And then, of course, that is where people thought that, hey, if it can do so much better, if I provide and create these skills and create, let's say, my own agents or team, then why would I need to hire people and pay them a lot? So this is everyone where the understanding and the mindset of skills and everything came into picture. So if you will see now again, all of these Cloudflare MD, at the end of the day, it will be some skills.md and other files. So you will see that name, all the information and everything, what exactly is present here. Now, of course, I think we can download the skills.zip. We can upload that zip as well directly. And I think now many different AIs are also working on this. Similarly, there is Anthropic skills. So again, these are the exact repository which Anthropic has. I think if I will go on skills, then you will see the skills which are already present, right? So let me go to Claude and okay. Okay, well, what it did. Uh, okay, very strange. I think it's all AI with me. So can I have myself somewhere in the GIF? Really hope that it doesn't affect the token limit and everything. But yes, what I was telling everyone is that if I open Claude.ai in a separate one, pay attention, then these are the skills which you see. And in the backend, right? So they are not there out of the blue or maybe somewhere from magic. No, this is where these skills are present. If I go into, let's say, which one are we using? Slack, GIF creator. Although we are able to see it there as well, there is a skills.md, skills.md file, the markdown file again. Okay. So it is again a markdown file. If you see it raw, it will be all that hashtags and everything. So I hope you are now able to connect that why I was asking you to give prompt and instructions in markdown, right? So yes, this is again where all the things are present, the bestest of the things. If you want, you can change it as well. You can say that, hey, always give me the black background or white background. That all thing is easily possible. But I want to demystify it for you. And similarly, there will be some requirements. So I think these are the libraries because it is based on a coding part. And if I go everyone to this as well, collected 2300. So let's check skills NP. Okay, I think this was the same. Yeah. So yeah, there are lots of skills, everyone. Just one suggestion. Please make sure that if you are downloading a skill from the internet, uh, please make sure that you read or had a read about it, or maybe just ask Claude or any chat GPT or any AI that there should be nothing suspicious. So it should not that it is somehow trying to access your file or sending, because many people will say that, hey, this is the repository, go and access from here. But in an organization as well as for a personal setting, I don't want that any of your data gets leaked. So skills, Claude, let's say repo. I think some other repository will also be there, awesome Claude skills. And you can see that so many of these different skills are there, right? That's the whole idea, that at the end of the day, all these skills are for different use cases, and that is where again it was very helpful. So for business and marketing, now you can give this skill. For data and analysis, you can give this skill. And again, it was not that these skills are out of the blue. No, these are simple user manual. You just got a very good intern or a very good brain in terms of Claude. So that is where the benefit lies. It is not that if you give the skill file to maybe some, let's say, small AI or some local AI, it will perform similar to Claude. Though it has an effect because it is telling you exactly how particular thing has to be done, but combined with the brain of Claude, this combination is deadly. So that is the whole idea, everyone. A skill is like training Claude to do a job. Okay, so that is where it is very, very helpful. Without skills, we will be repeating the same prompt, summarizing the images, writing content, generating reports, all of these different things, right? So, pixelated version of me, center. Yeah. So that is the whole case, everyone. Skills turn Claude from a conversational assistant into a specialized system. And that is where these things are taking overall advantage, and Claude becomes very, very helpful. Further, okay, just okay, let me do one thing. Let's get a little bit more crafty. Let me try to upload one. Let's see that how it will. Okay. So yeah, so that is where again using Claude in a fun way. But of course, I hope you get the idea. And now, everyone, what you have to think of is that what are the day-to-day jobs which you do? What are the skills which you have? What is your process? And just give all of that by creating a skill. Already, of course, few skills are present. I told you how you can download the skills from different places as well, and what effectively a skill is, right? And if you will now go to Claude and say plus, you will see three options: create with Claude, write skill instructions, upload a skill. Now, from the websites as well as when the Claude will create, you can download them in a .skill file or like .md basically. It depends. Like it, sometime it has more files as well. And I will be going a lot deep in Claude code video in this. But the main idea becomes that okay, Claude at the end of the day wants to just have these instructions. Claude doesn't care. Claude says that okay, just give me these instructions and I will be all good. Now, either you can upload the instructions, either you can write it down, or you can just talk with me and I will create the same for myself. So that is the whole idea, everyone. Now I will show you all three of them. The main idea is that because skill is very, very important, and if you create skills for your day-to-day work, each and everything, use all the things which I've taught you till now in terms of project, in terms of how to use Claude effectively, then I think yes, this can go to the next level where, like, of course, Claude will perform a way, way, way better than how it is performing right now. So with that, let's see what it has created. Okay. So I am pretty hopeful that it will create a pretty good one. That's the main thing with Claude. But yeah, that is how it happens, everyone. Now for the timing, let me try to see. So if you see skills.md examples, resources, like again, ideally we can include everything in a single file as well. But of course, the same is very, very helpful if you have different files. So it will just have the information and everything. Let's see that how can we download the same, download the skills, try the sample data. And yeah, so let's download the skill, everyone. CSV data analyzer. Okay, let us see this. Let me download from here. Save. So very, very small file, as I said, right? It is just instruction, nothing out of the blue. Let me save it them here. And I can cancel it. Close this. And if I upload a skill now, I can just drag and drop this. Most probably it will work, right? If you will see again, if I have the upload a skill, a .md file must contain skill name and description formatted in YAML. So YAML is also a format, just like Markdown. YAML is yet another Markdown, I think something. My bad. How can I forget it? But yes, another file. What is it? Yeah, yet another markup language or YAML native markup language. So again, it is used in a lots of places with Docker and in tech. So bad for me to forget it. But yeah, either you can give it that, or you can give it a .zip or a .skill file. Okay. And of course, each and every one of them should have a skills.md file. It in case is having the resources and samples as well. That is the main idea. See, in the README, it kind of gave few things, right? So join our community, all my links. I can click show image. It is an external link. So maybe this is something which I need to get, not pass unnecessary, right? So that is why I said that it will be good if you not always try to just get the skills from outside without reading. That can have a little problem. Similarly, there is an analyze.py. So exactly the file has been given. Requirement.txt has been given. And of course, the skills.md, which is the main file. And believe me, this is not something out of the blue. You can create one altogether, something which we will be doing. So next is write skill instructions. So I can say skills name, Mayank, test, skill, Description: you are a test skill that always listens to Mayank. Mayank is awesome. Now, again, I know that it's a throwaway skill. Of course, I can go to ChatGPT and Claude rather only to provide me information. I could actually do something like this as well. If I just give this, and if I go to ChatGPT, open a new chat, paste this, give me above for a skill on creating a post on YouTube for my new videos. So again, just give it to ChatGPT, tell it that okay, at what level you want it. It will give these things to you. So YouTube post creator, YouTube, you are a YouTube generator and everything. And now again, see how nicely it is kind of able to give you all these things. So that's the benefit if you're able to tell AI now what you want. More or less every AI supports that, hey, I will provide you that in a best way. So that is the thing which we have to learn as well, everyone. And this is where, as I said, this becomes a lot powerful, right? So AI as a tech or skills overall becomes a lot powerful. Okay, I think it has still not worked. Yeah? Okay, maybe tokens are out. I hope that's not the case. But yes, that is the way of adding your skill. Let me copy this thing up. So this one is the main one. Copying it here, then copying this here. Although I will highly suggest not to do like this. The next is the main way through which we can create skills. So create one. And more or less it is created because at the end of the day, it doesn't need anything. You can provide other things as well with skills.md, but skills.md is the major file which it looks forward to, right? So we have seen everyone two ways. Now, just to circle back, user task, document, data, idea, which is a problem to solve. Claude skill, instruction, structure, output rules, uh, files, okay, requirement.txt, any script, Python script, any other basically code, etc. as well. And the idea is that the output will be consistent. Because of this consistency, because again, you are sure that okay, and Claude has made sure of that, that's yes, once it accesses a skill, then it will be performing in a very, very good manner. People thought that, hey, why are we paying so much for, let's say, a content writer, a legal advisor, or anything? And that is what caused that, hey, if we can, and of course with Claude Cowork and other, if we can have so many of good skills, and Claude can do them a lot better in a consistent manner. So consistency was always the issue. In here, we are always telling, and again, these are kept as a repository as well. Many of you will think that, hey, man, why can't we just copy and add these every time before the chat? Well, you can do that. But the power that it is kind of stored as a library, right? So this is the kind of like a library where you can on a skill, off a skill, where you can also further make sure that uh, create your own skill, and it can access a skill when needed. So it is not that it will be let's say always having this lots of context. It will not be sending all these skills. It will just have a look before doing a task that, hey, if I have a skill for this, if it has, and if you have turned it on, then it will try to go with the skill. Something like which we human will also like to do, right? So if I have to, let's say, create a video, then of course I have a skill for it. I know that okay, I have to use mic, I have to use camera, I have to record and say like this. So of course I will use that skill, and that is the whole idea. And I can teach you that skill as well. So think always in this real life analogies. Don't make it confusing with out of the world explanation. Okay, so this is exactly what skill is, everyone. Let's see if it has created or not, or it is not trying to create one. Uh, I think it is trying to create one. Let me delete this photo for the timing. So seems like it is trying to create one, but yeah, maybe it is having some issues. It is saying it's done. So hopefully it will try to give it in a bit. But parallelly, everyone, we can now try to create a skill using the last way, that is create with Claude. Now I will like to show you the GitHub. And in this GitHub, if you will see the skill creator GitHub, it will also be having see agents, assets, eval viewer, references, script, and skills.md. So Claude, of course, has done lots of work. You can also write a skills creator MD, but of course, the better context, the better instruction it has, that is how it will work, right? You can play cricket. Virat Kohli can play cricket. Virat Kohli will be a lot better because it has more skills, more techniques. But yes, if you can extract Virat Kohli's and get into you, that is like what Claude kind of has does, right? So if you will see skill creator and everything, communicating with the user, please pay attention to context cues to understand how to phrase your communication in the default case, just to give you some data idea. Sorry. Evaluation and benchmark are borderline, but okay. For JSON and assertion, you want to see serious cues from the user. Creating a skill, capture intent, interview and research. Write the skills.md, skills writing guide. So see, this is how Claude is saying skills.md, YML for front matter, name, description required, Markdown instructions. Okay, this is what skills MD should have. Bundled resources, which are optional, scripts, references, assets. Something which we see in other skills as well, right? And yes, progressive disclosure, domain, references, AWS, GCP, Azure. So things are very, very categorized in a very nice manner. And the best part, I will repeat it again and again. It is not that this is something which we were not doing earlier. We could have done that. We were doing that. But with the overall strongness and smartness of Claude Brain, Claude models like Opus, and all these things, it is able to give us in a very, very good manner. So Sonnet, Opus, Haiku, they are pretty good with that, right? So that is where it gets helpful. And yes, let's see the agents as well. What is in agents? Analyzer, comparator, grader. Okay, so it I think will grade, evaluate expectation against an execution script and outputs. So yeah, I think it will just run on that. It's a pretty long process, of course, and then it will try to create your skill. For the timing, let's go and create a skill. Let's create the skill together using your skill creator skill. First, ask me what the skill should do. So this is a starting line. Of course, you can say that, hey, let's create a skill using skill creator. If in case you have multiple skills which are very near to each other, everyone, I think it's of course a very, very good habit to just provide the name of the skill, right? So though we saw that how it, okay, okay. I think it has done a good job. That's pretty good. And yeah, if you will see here, it did got the access to the Slack GIF creator skill. In case if I have multiple of them, of course, I will make sure that I use them. Okay, so let me download it. I like it, honestly. And yes, then we can easily use it somewhere. So see, AI mode on. I think this is the one which I will maybe post on YouTube because that is the next skill which I'm creating every month. So let's go here and say, okay, 1 minute, yeah. Just a second. I want that you create a skill using which I could create post for my upcoming videos, which I have shot on YouTube post, LinkedIn, internal groups which I have, and overall any other communication which I ask you to. The YouTube and the LinkedIn post should have a very, very good hook line and should explain the video in a very easy to understand manner, plus have the pointed summary. So the person who will be a potential viewer gets excited and intrigued to watch the video. On the contrary, for the internal groups, I want that it should be not more than 60 to 80 words because there I have a limit and such long messages will not work. Further, you have to make sure that you research and get the best practices for LinkedIn and YouTube so that you are able to write a post which actually resonates with the people, and also let me know that what kind of images etc should I include or attach when I am trying to post them. The idea is to make sure that the reach of my video gets increased because of this. So everyone, again, I will be creating a skill live. If you have done that or if you get the idea, you can fast forward it. But for majority of the people, I think they would love this whole thing in depth. So that is why I'm doing this. Now, yes, it did also ask the same and everything, but I am just kind of creating it by giving it the instruction. And that is where AI has become a lot smart now as compared to 2 years ago. Lots of context it already has. It will be having all these things. It is saying that, hey, don't worry about being too precise right now. Even a rough idea is enough to get the conversation going. I will ask the follow up question to unsharpen it. But now you know that why it is asking those follow up questions, right? So it is from here that it is asking these follow up questions. This skill is having a very, very good, this multiple files, which tells that, hey, this is how you have to create a skill. So now again, it will ask lots of questions. And that is one more thing which I like about Claude. It's a very good step by step thing, right? So it's saying also an open thing. I would love to know, do you already have an existing skill file that I can see in your skills folder? So I would say that I am Tech and AI. For LinkedIn, build or both equally. What info will you provide when using the skill? Title, rough description, full script, transcript, key point, bullet points. These are the thing. Mainly, I will be invoking this inside a chat where I have worked on summarization or resource creation of my video. So again, I'm explaining each and everything to it. That is very, very important. Next. And I think it will ask me again because I don't want that it use this YouTube post creator. That's not a very good thing. I will say uh, avoid the YouTube post creator skill. Or I think it is trying that good. The existing skill is quite basic. Let me also check your LinkedIn post skill. Okay, do I have a LinkedIn post skill? Yeah, I think that was internal. So if you will go and customize and skills, there was this LinkedIn post. Both of them actually I want to honestly delete. Now let me try to okay. And again, everyone, this is one thing which you can also see. Try and chat, download if you want to share it with someone. If it works pretty good, it's pretty good. Edit with Claude, replace and delete. I would like to delete it. Let's see that okay how it works because again our that chat has an access. Now let me see. Okay, you mentioned 6280. Okay, what platform are your internal groups on affecting WhatsApp? It's an internal edtech platform. Also, I meant 60 to 80 words. So don't miss out on these things, everyone. When I said 6 to 80, like 60 to 80. Okay. Yeah. So it picked up this thing. Okay. It's a roughly 25 minutes read. Not 6280. So you have to handle and see these mistakes as well, right? Because once you have created the skill, then it will be used. And you will be feeling that, hey, this is a very bad overall feature. Why Mayank taught us that? It is giving me this big of a problem, right? So make sure that this is clear. Also, please create from scratch using your in depth research. And I have deleted the earlier skills you referred. So hopefully it will be able to join all these things. I should have provided this separately. But yes, this is actually everyone the main thing. This is where you have to spend a lot of time because once you have created your skill effectively in a very, very nice manner, then of course this is the way it will be used, right? So yes, should that skill also generate a YouTube video transcription SEO tag? No, I will like to create another one for that. Okay. So now you will see that how it will go through the same. It will be user want me to create a brand new skill for tech and AI YouTube channel platform. No YouTube description, all these things. Okay, so it got these things. Now let me go deep research on best practices before writing a single line of the skill. This is a foundation. So you will see like it is searching the websites now. And this is what I said, everyone. This is something which used to take us so many time. And this is something which we used to follow, right? To create our own skill. That if I want to be a very good LinkedIn writer, I will search on the web. But Claude is just doing that so nicely for you. And now see video promo post or making video promoter. And see, I have everything I need. Let me build the skill from scratch. Comprehensive research backed and production ready. And though I am also using a mix of Claude and ChatGPT, this kind of features, if it works pretty well, right? Of course, I will move to this because as of now, what I do is I have a chat open, which kind of gives me this thing. Whenever I copy paste the information about the video or transcript, now I can invoke the skill in any chat altogether. So this is where this kind of skills and everything is helpful, everyone. As of now, I have just provided a use case which is like related to me, which I do every day. For you as well, I think this is what you should do, right? This is what you should try to do. See where you are spending a lots of your time and then try to create a skill for yourself. And once you have done that, it will be called based on the usage, just like how you do. And I always say this thing to demystify the AI and everything. So meanwhile, it is creating. Let me talk about that as well. That all scientists, all people are trying to do, even the smartest one, are just trying to mimic how we normally work. I have a skill, I use that skill, I have developed that skill. Let me add that thing to Claude as well. So next time, if you want to maybe wonder that, hey, what will be the next thing? Just see how you do a work or how humans basically do. Because at the end of the day, we are creating artificial intelligence, which is very, very much motivated by human intelligence. Okay. So see, it is packaging the skill and everything, everyone. Package skill with correct output path. So this is again all the part where it is understanding the scripts and everything. Most probably it will create a skill file. So let me show you that. Okay, it was here. So see, it is giving me a video promo post. It is telling everything. 150 car hook engineered for the see more cutoff link placed in the first comment to avoid 30% reach penalty. LinkedIn applies to post with external links. Okay, so I was not actually aware of this, as you can see. I thought that people normally give it in the first comment because LinkedIn doesn't shorten in that manner. But yeah, 1500 to 2500 character for dwell time, bullets, hashtag only at the very bottom. Internal character, hard 60 to 80 words limit, zero markdown, warm personal tone. It also includes a visual checklist after every prompt, exactly what images or clips to attach. One thing I need from you, the tone question you didn't answer yet. I assume mix of casual plus insightful as your personal brand tone, so it has an access to that as well. If you're actually more energetic and punchy or more professional, let me know and I will change it. Now, everyone, you can copy it to your skill. And let me refresh. See, video promo post. You can rename it and everything, of course. And I think, yes, so it is just having this thing. And if you want, you can download it as well. As I said, it's a dot skill file, something which Claude can open. So internal Claude file. But I think, and let me try to do it. Maybe let's say open txt file or something. I think more or less it will be having instructions only. Like let's try. It is unsupported file format. Or let's say open a file in Notepad. So ideally you can open it with anything, right? So or let me do one thing. I think that will be better. Let's have this. Let me go to VS Code in here. Let me have it here. Open anyway. Text editor. Okay, so seem like not that straightforward, which I was thinking. It has done something. I thought that in the backend it will be having the same kind of a thing, but that is not the case. In that case, everyone, this can be opened by your Claude desktop app. So if I just have it here, and if I just go to Claude desktop app, if I open, customize, skills, I think I will be having this. Okay, I think it is not refreshed. Let me refresh it. Skills. So see video promo skills, but I can upload a skill and it support this dot skill file here. So dot skill file is supported, which will of course be having everything. So that is how you share your skills if it is working pretty well. And maybe we are going to enter an era where you are just sharing the skill file over WhatsApp or something, right? So that is the whole case, everyone. Pretty sure that now in and outside of the skill is pretty clear. Let's try it out as well. Let's try it out. Say open a new chat. I am creating a video on mastering Claude AI, covering each and everything in depth. Can you please give me posts to promote the same? YouTube, LinkedIn, personal. Now, I could have mentioned the that use that skill, and that is something which I will actually do in future. But I just want to show you that how it is very quick, right? It updated the skill and now it will use it. So see, reading the video promo post skill. This is the skill which we created, right? So it is having the skills.md and it will follow that instructions. Before I deep dive, and again, these instructions are coming from our main instruction, which I would like to keep. So it will ask the questions every time so that it can give you a much better thing, right? What's the one thing that makes video different? Do you have a YouTube tutorial yet? So I will say covered all the above in a easy to understand and practical manner. I think it's surely 1.5 plus hours and have kept it really practical. Okay, so I'm not talking about the hype or something, right? I'm showing you Chat GPT as well and everything. So do let me know if all is good. Uh, all of the above still in production. Yeah, I think we would be needing it after it's live, but still it's fine. So now again, everyone, you will see that how since it is trained on that skill, it is having that idea. YouTube community post. Most Claude tutorials scratch the surface. This one doesn't. I like it. Most people are using Claude at 10% of the potential. This is also good. It talks about this video pretty nicely, which I always miss out. And see, it is saying full video dropping soon on YouTube. And hey, everyone, dropping a big one soon. A 1.5 hours complete masterclass. Visible checklist. Okay, each of this is done. Use a bold thumbnail style image with, okay, yeah, text. Mastering Claude AI on your face. High contrast work best. If thumbnail isn't ready, use a behind scene recording. That is also a good suggestion, actually. 15 to 30 minutes, second vertical teaser clip. If no clip yet, a clean graphic. Plain text is fine. One says, since the video is still in production, post the LinkedIn and YouTube community post as teasers now to build anticipation. Then hit the group message the day it goes live. The two-way approach tends to drive stronger day one numbers. So again, it is going far and beyond, right, everyone? So yeah, that is all around the skill. As I said, I have created one from scratch with you. I have shown you the skills marketplace and the library as well. What you have to take care there, the internal skills, how actually they get created. So all of those things we have discussed in depth. And I think that is all you need to know about skill. Just one thing more. Though we have covered not discussing about Claude Cowork here, but in Claude Cowork, everyone, we have something known as plugins, kind of like skills only. But these plugins internally they are having the skills as well. So see, skills and connectors. So see all these different things which make your skill a lot better, right? So you have to connect with your day-to-day apps. So that is actually next thing everyone which we are going to discuss. So let's now I think we have mastered skill way better than like you would need to. So with that, let's now move forward and let's move on to the next part. This is all the skill system. Okay, yeah, I created this as well. So if you will see user request, skills definition instructions, input format, output structure. This is all the things which kind of gets created in skills.md. Claude AI core is a skill selection empire. Does the skill exist for it? Skill activated, Claude reasoning, structured output, report, checklist, dashboard, post. It also gets the context input as well. So the chat or any other thing if it will need. And in the next part, when we will connect it with connectors, for example, you ask that, hey, go through my emails and then give me a summary. So it will be able to access your email as well if you have given it connectors, right? That is where it gets very helpful. And finally, you are giving a specialized results. So YouTube metadata, meeting summary, market analysis. Skills allow Claude to perform complex tasks very consistently. And that is where everyone's skill is like the most helpful. Okay. So yeah, I think we have done skill in a lot of depth, way more than required. And if now as a work for you, I think you should now make sure that you are using and creating multiple skills of things which you do every day. Once you do that, just like I did today, you will see that, hey, how Claude is very good in helping in day-to-day tasks. And that is where you see the real difference. So I don't want that you see this tutorial and sit on hands that, hey, all is good, I know Claude and everything. No. Create these skills the way I'm creating. Give it maximum context. Maybe take a hour to create a skill. But once that gets created, see that what difference it will bring. Okay. So with that, everyone, now let's move on to the next part, which is Claude connectors and MCP. So in this, we will see that how it can connect now to different tools. The core layer becomes the MCP only, but again, I will keep it very simple, not going in technical and everything. The idea will be to understand that why it is helpful and how do we connect different apps. Plus, from the security endpoint, what permission we might or might not want to give to Claude as well. Okay, so Claude is not at the end of the day some safe haven. It also can make mistakes. It can also cause some issues in your data, etc. Something which I have seen, and thus it is very helpful that you understand the connectors and MCP and everything in depth as well. So let's now move on to Claude connectors and complete MCP architecture, or rather the way MCP helps you to connect with this particular different tools. So great, everyone. Now let's move forward and now let's try to understand Claude connectors and MCP. As I said, we will try to keep it very easy to understand because I think that many people are kind of afraid of MCP or they don't understand the same. Though for the same, I have created a very good video which you can refer. Now let's try to see that, okay, where these connectors will be helpful. Now, up till now, we have seen Claude, like we have used it for, I guess, lots of things. And we have seen that how it can analyze information, generate tools, create skills and other use them. And of course, reason about a problem, ask us question, and then provide a very good answer. But now, just think that if you are hiring an assistant or an intern, like it is very smart. Okay, so the intern is very smart. But if you say that, hey, can you please check my calendar and tell me what meetings I have? Or hey, can you please read through the files which I have, or based on, let's say, yesterday's meeting or with the tools you use, right? So that is where now, I guess, from AI to kind of agentic AI, we are making it in an agent where it can interact with your day-to-day tools as well. So your daily tools like Slack, Gmail, Drive, Sheets, all these are the tools which we would like our Claude to access to. And of course, that will make it a lot more powerful. So let's say that if you give it a request that, hey, summarize sales spreadsheet, then instead of you providing that spreadsheet every time uploading it, like of course that is also an added effort. Claude AI, because it will be having the access to each and everything, like it will be having the connectors, maybe skills, etc. It will be able to via the MCP protocol. Now we will again come to this, that how exactly this happens. Connect to your everyday tools like Google Drive, Slack, database, local files, and even APIs as well. And then, of course, if it has more context, so after that, if it gets the cloud request, MCP server connect to external tool, it will get the overall context and whatever data is its need, and then provide you with the result. So much like, again, just think in terms of an intern or an assistant. Don't make it complex with, oh, hey, Claude also has this feature. No. Now, of course, you will get the answer, which is way, way good. And on top of that, for many tools, it supports writing information as well. So you can say that, hey, do the analysis and maybe save as a file. Though we will like to have that access a little bit in a controlled manner, because I don't want that you lose out on any of your file, or let's say that it deletes any of your file, like something which happened with me. So that is what we will have to avoid, everyone. So now let's move forward and let me show you the connector tab as well. So in the customize, there was skills, and similarly there is connectors as well. Now you will see that how I have connected lots of tools on like overall applications already. And of course, we can like connect more tools as well. So let me select Gmail here and let me connect it. Now, again, it will just ask that, hey, connect Claude to Gmail and everything. You can click continue. Then you can select the email ID. I'm selecting the first one. Let it load and I can continue. So normally, again, it is asking that, hey, see three services that Claude for Gmail has access to. Let's see this. See your primary Google email account. That's fine. Associate with your personal info. So of course, it will be getting your data. And view your email messages and settings. So if you will see, and this is very, very important, any application wherever you are giving access to, please make sure that you read what overall permissions you are giving. In here, it can just view my messages, search, and view the settings. Okay. So it cannot be able to send it, and you should be aware about this. It should not that you promise a client or you create a service where you say that, hey, since it can connect to Gmail, it can do everything. Well, that is not the case, as it is right in front of us. Though I will show you that by creating our own MCP server, how that can also be doable. Okay. So with that, everyone, I think we can close it and click continue. And now Claude will have access to my Gmail as well. So if you will see here, get Gmail profile, which is my profile, list Gmail drafts, all the drafts, list Gmail labels, read, search, and create Gmail draft is something which is in the need approval part. Okay, so these are all the permission which it has. Now, again, I highly suggest that you just check and give the required level of role here. Always allow, needs approval, blocked. Okay, so if you don't want that, okay, your full application or your all the emails get access to, maybe you can block the same. Or if you don't want that, hey, it is able to read your Gmail threads, maybe block the same. Okay. And of course, in a similar manner, we have the Google Calendar as well, write or delete as well, read only. We can collect anytime Notion. We can click on plus, and we can browse connectors as well. And you will see a lot, many different everyday applications, right? So this is where it becomes a lot powerful. Though, of course, we will have to make sure that we are very, very carefully selecting which app and which permission we want to give. But yes, Claude does support all of these things directly out of the box. And I think there are more apps than you can think of. And of course, we will talk about custom connector and MCP as well. It like on top of that, everyone, let me first show you the, let's say, an example. So let me go to new chat and say, hi, can you tell me all the events 1 week from now from my uh, calendar. Now, one thing to note here, when you have a query like this, and I do this a lot, like if you know that, hey, I will just be connecting to a particular application, maybe you can just avoid others, right? So you will see that, okay, Google Calendar and everything's are already there. Now, for the time being, I'm having these all, but we can see that, hey, we can just turn off some application which we don't want, because if you have, let's say, 10 plus applications connected, they all will be sending some information to Claude. And that would lead to a lots of token usage. So some advanced level or expert level things I'm telling you here, because normally people use all lots of tool, then they get that, hey, the free limit has expired, please wait some time. And that is something which I don't want. Just give AI what it's want. That is the main aim, to make AI work better. If I even give you lots of context, like if I start discussing Gemini, ChatGPT, everything in here, you will also get confused. In a similar manner, keep AI with only things it needs. Okay. So for the timing, let's ask the same. And now, hopefully, because it is having connections, it will try to load the tool. See, loading tools request, result, list calendar events, request. It will give the results. It looks like calendar is completely clear on March 24, 1 week from today. So I can check. Can you check every day up to 1 week if I have anything? So again, either it will use the results or it will try to get it again. Let me show you, let's say calendar as well. And we will try to create one as well. Okay. So let's say Google Calendar. Okay. So I had a meeting yesterday. Let's create a meeting here. Okay. So awesome. Claude Code. Okay, so our next topic is going to be Cloud Code, everyone. And now, of course, when our Cloud will run, it will be able to give us these events. So let's see the same. And yeah, see, awesome Cloud Code. Like I think I created it first, and then it got to the request. But yes, that's the only scheduled event, and all these days are completely free. I can even ask it create one this Sunday where I have to take a class, and also let's say Thursday where I have to create Claude code video content. So I'm just telling or showing you how it is actually useful. Now, of course, it will try to have the right access. So it will try to create those events as well. As I said, please make sure that the write or delete access you are kind of very nicely handling. Okay. So that is the whole case, everyone. So again, it is just asking, let's say evening 6, evening afternoon 2, and let's say I can say 30 minutes. Okay, so this is one thing which I like a lot about Cloud Code, like how it gives questions like this. And of course, our main prompt which he gave, that also has a very good role to play in that. Okay, normally it might ask in here only. So I could say always allow, that should be fine. And now it will try to create calendar event. And I will show you that how they have been created. So let us refresh. One is created. Sunday. It is created. Okay. So yeah, that's the real like immediate use case, everyone. Now, along with connecting applications on the web version, that is right now we are using it in a browser, you could actually go to Claude in the application. So if you remember, I showed you that how you can download Claude, and now again it is on the free version only, right? So it has nothing to do with the paid version. Then in here as well, everyone, if you will go and go to settings, so they will be more or less the same. But in the connectors here, right, you will see all these applications, all the different applications. And there is one more part. So I will just like to explain it first. So see, connectors are everyone things which we are. So 1 minute, let me just okay. How do we? Okay. So one is connectors, everyone, of course, connectors, which we are able to easily connect our application. Then we have the extensions, something known as extensions as well. So again, they are also very similar to connectors, just that they can connect to more application and majorly inside your machine as well. So because this particular app, right, this Claude code, it's running on my machine, running on my laptop. It can connect with tools, etc., inside my laptop, and those are known as extensions. So you will see desktop commander, Google Chrome connecting or like kind of running your Google Chrome. Let me have this. Let's install it. Then read and write Apple Notes. So if you're aware, Apple Notes is not something on the web. Apple Notes are kind of on my machine only, on my Mac only. Then Figma, PDF tools, analyze, extract, fill, compare. Let's install this as well. Now, in a similar manner, again, Tableau, PowerPoint by Anthropic, control Microsoft PowerPoint with Apple Script automation. So again, the reason it is Apple Script automation is because it is going to run inside my machine. Okay. So yeah, I think there will be lots of these apps, everyone, which we can try out. And the majorly we will be interested in iMessage as well. As you can see, read and send iMessage. Something which I hope you know that again, it is not something kept on the web. That is why they are extension. So this is the difference between connectors and your extension. So again, this is how you can make sure that if you are using the Claude application, not only will it connect to your web apps, but it will also be able to connect to your day-to-day apps. And that is like day-to-day machine apps, right? And that is what makes Claude a lot powerful. Instead of you going to Claude, you going to log in and everything, you open this application and it will be having our connection to everything. Okay, so with that, let's close this. Okay, I think we have not added the PDF one. Let's install it. Let it install because I think I clicked back and then it failed. So it has been done. Powerful PDF analysis toolkit for Claude desktop. So again, very important to understand because many people get confused and see them similar connectors or extension. No, connectors are for your application. Extensions majorly work with your applications which are inside your laptop. And yes, of course, that is only present with Claude desktop. right? Because Claude from here, from the web, it cannot directly read my iMessages or connect with my Apple Notes because they are residing on my laptop. Okay. So with that, everyone, let's move forward. Let's see. Let's have the Apple Note as well. Should be fine. List notes, get note content, add note, all these things are there. And of course, like there can be desktop, interactive, web, all these things are present. You can select the web one as well. So Gmail, Google Calendar, I think Google Calendar we have connected. You will see others as well here. It is Anthropic, connect Gmail to Cloud quickly. So it is, I think, the same one. I can refresh and it will be already done. Let me refresh it. So I connected the Gmail on the web, but didn't refresh it, right? If you go on browse and if we now see Gmail, it will be there, I guess. So let me say web. Now see Gmail is there. And if I select desktop, then these are all the one which are based on the desktop. Okay. So with that, everyone, let's open a new chat and let's try to use the Chrome one. Let me have it here. Normally, I don't use Chrome as the default browser, although I think I have that installed. But let's see. Open Chrome and please tell me the latest AI news. Okay, so this is something which I can ask it. And again, that is like, let me just talk about a little that why connectors exist. The idea is pretty simple. Traditional AI models are limited to information which we provide them. They know the training data and the prompt and everything. But with, let's say, connectors, this thing helps you to overall be a lot smart, overall work with your tool. And that is where I guess the main agentic AI or AGS, I think. So that is kind of comes into picture, right? Where they can actually not do something. So I think it has open Chrome. Let me see. Seems like it has opened one. Let me have it on the other screen. Yeah. So see everyone, this is what like it has opened. I think NVIDIA GTC AI agents take center stage. I think it will be somewhere here only. And I can maybe ask it that, okay, let's ask it some more things. At least incurs 10%, MetaMulls, Morgan Stanley, everything. Right. Let me ask it some more thing. Can you also go to mm, Google and search about latest stock report on say Nvidia? Okay, so let's see and understand this and how it will do it. Now, again, I'm not controlling it. As you can see, my hands are totally free. This is all being controlled by Claude desktop with the help of course, my Claude, right? So I covered the same thing in Claude Cowork as well. But yeah, this is how it kind of works. Of course, it will be taking a lots of token here because it is opening the same via scripts or something. Then it is trying to get the results and everything. And see, then I've opened the Google search for NVIDIA. Here's the comprehensive breakdown. If you are feeling that, hey, now everything it will be able to do, of course, it is still limited. So maybe a year or two we have to wait before they start doing our work on the browser. But yes, overall, if you will see, it is able to do all the things which we are asking it, right? If I ask it for YouTube for a particular website, it can do that in the backend. And see, again, it is easily connected with Chrome, right? That is the idea. Now I can also say, can you tell me how many PDFs I have in my downloads folder? So let's see this time which tool it will use. Most probably it will use the other one. So see, accessing local. I don't have access. Okay, so it is saying, I think, yeah. I don't have direct access to local file system, but I can check your Chrome downloads page. So I think no, that is not the thing which we need. Ideally, we should be providing it with that. So let me see. Add files, add from project, use style. No. So I don't have that. I think, yeah. So it is opening Mac terminal. Okay. So it is saying that, hey, you open Mac terminal and do this. But maybe I remember I had a extension here as well. So let's go to settings, extension, and advanced setting. What is this advanced setting? Okay, enable auto update for extension. That is fine. Use built-in node for MCP. That is all fine. I can just select the file subsystem or something. Mm. Oh, yeah. Okay, this is the one. So if you see desktop commander, you will be having a similar one in Mac, Windows as well, right? So combine local file system access with full terminal control. Now it was saying that, hey, why don't you access the terminal? And if I can access the terminal and if I give my Claude that access, then I think it will be able to do the same, right? Because if you write something in the terminal, let's say if I go to downloads, then in this manner, I'm able to get everything, right? So that is the whole idea, everyone. Now it has been installed. Let me now go and open a new chat. And let me now ask, can you check how many PDFs I have in my downloads folder. So again, it becomes very, very powerful in your day-to-day job. Like, of course, if you are working and if you have access to Claude, this becomes a lot powerful, right? So that is the whole aim, everyone. So see, Claude want to list PDF, I can allow it. And now since it is having access in the backend, it will run. So see, you have 399 PDF in your download folder. We can see that I'll use the latest PDF tool, list PDF. And now since it has the access, it is able to do that. One more thing which I would like to show you here, everyone, that if you go on customize in here, you will see plugins as well. Something which is not present in the web version. So see, no plugins here. Though I've covered the same in the overall, let's say, your Claude Cowork, the idea is exactly the same. These are also now skills plus connectors. So plugin, in a way, you can think of skills plus connectors, which helps you to do the job, right? So skill, let's say if I give it a very good Google Chrome skill, so then it will know that, hey, I have to connect with Google Chrome. In a similar manner, if I have, let's say, engineering as a skill, let's see that if I add engineering as a skill, and of course, this is something which caused a lots of disruption. In the skill, it is architecture, code review, debug, documentation, everything. So you can already see that how these are all the things which a person does. And in the connectors, we will have everyday apps. So Slack, Notion, PagerDuty, Datadog, Atlassian, Asana, all the apps which you might need. So if you connect this, in a way, you are creating your virtual engineer, because you also are doing the same part, right? You also are having lots of skills and you have the application. So this is how again Claude thought that, hey, if I want to actually achieve AGI, then I have to see how a human work. And that is how all of us work, right? If I have some task, let's say Slack, then I can connect to Slack, see the task, and then just reply to that based using the brain. And it will understand that, hey, which skills it want to use. And that is the reason if I just show you, let's say Atlassian stock, sorry, not Atlassian, in no, Infosys, or Accenture stock, like why it is falling. I think it recently gained something, but in the 1 or 6 month, you will see that how it has fallen a lot. Then similarly, TCS 6 month fallen a lot, and that is actually a lot, right? So thousand around one third overall it has fallen over the last, so 24%. Similarly, Infosys 6 months 19% it has fallen. So I hope you get the idea, like because these are actually all the tasks which earlier human used to do. And that is where these consulting companies were charging, right? So they were saying that, hey, we will get you the human, we will get you the resource, you pay them. But now 30-40% of that task, it is easily being able to do by very, very smart Claude or AI brains. And of course, if Claude has came up with this, other AIs will be in the line coming up with the similar version of their skills, connectors, everything. They also do have that, just that Claude did a very good marketing and did a very good job at creating that brain. So that is the main idea, everyone. Now, if you go on new chat, this is also the same interface, more or less. Just that if you have the paid one, you will see co-work and code, and you can see all these different apps. You can see the same kind of style, everything here. If you want, you can change the style and all. So that is all, everyone. Now let's try to understand few more things in here. So with respect to that, let us open a new chat and let me ask, can you please and create a email for my sick leave to my manager at tech.mayank@gmail.com. So I'm asking it that, hey, can you write an email for me? Something which, of course, all of us do. No one writes an email now. So before I draft this again, let me ask you question. Love this. Thanks to our main prompt, it is kind of asking these questions. So let's say 2 3 days, briefly, formal. Now, I love this. Like the way we have just given this main prompt. I can say Mayank, manager. Let's say KNAYAM. Okay, so that's opposite of my name. Any pending task? No tasks. Okay, so information again. It is asking all the information before just giving me something. But now you will see, everyone, that how it will try to, of course, give me the email. But if you remember, right? If you remember, it can still not send it. If I say send the same with Gmail connector, it will not be able to send it, because we know that when we gave Gmail the permission, right? So if I show you in the connectors, when we gave Gmail the permission, there was no send email permission. Okay. And again, it is not being given just maybe with respect to security, but yeah, I don't see any other reason because it is easier. But yeah, it will say, see, okay, let it run. I think this is something which happens. Let me refresh it. So normally I've seen that if you refresh this page, the request like kind of goes very outside, like you're not able to see that. So let's see loading tools, result, everything. It will try to see. I can see the Gmail connector only supports creating a draft. There is no direct send. I created the draft in your Gmail account. You can send it with one from here. Okay, so this is something everyone which is a limitation in your uh, web version that if you don't have any tools, you are not of course able to move forward, right? And that is where the concept of MCP comes into picture. That is where MCP becomes a lot powerful. So under the hood, right? Under the hood, when your Claude is getting connected to these tools, it is using something known as MCP. Now, MCP you can just think as collection of tools, right? So it is a Gmail MCP in a way which is having all these tools which your Claude can use. So in that manner, our idea is that if we can create our own MCP server where we provide a send email tool, and that MCP server can be anywhere because MCP is like HTTP or any other protocol. And if we provide Claude access to that, then of course it will be able to do that. And along with that, many applications they support or have their own MCP servers as well. So many apps you are seeing in here, if you see the connectors, lots of apps you are able to see in here. Okay, you can add custom connectors as well. So see name remote MCP or server URL, right? Just as an example, I will show you Firebase MCP server Claude. So if I search this, you will find the MCP server. And see, this is the command everyone npx-y Firebase tools. So I can just copy and add this in a similar manner. Okay. So you can see advanced setting, all these things, which normally a server demands. And you can manually add your MCP server as well. So I will just try to explain it in a much nicer and easier manner. See, all these applications, the one which you see on the right, they by default gets connected with MCP only. So it is just like let's say that you added some money into Swiggy wallet or Amazon Pay and you are paying. So you just added that money. But if required, you can directly pay as well, right? COD or by your card. In a similar manner, these are kind of being taken care by Claude. A few of them, like few of the information, or sorry, accesses. But if you want, you can actually connect your main or like you can connect your own application together directly, right? Via the same protocol. So that is exactly the same. That hey, instead of paying by Swiggy Pay, Amazon Pay, where the money was loaded, something like Claude, why can't I just pay by my credit card or cash directly? It is the same thing, right? At the end of the day, I should be just paying. In a similar manner, in here, at the end of the day, you should be able to connect your Claude to this application. Like that is what all matters, right? So with respect to that, everyone, let's now see that if we have to add our own servers, right? Own MCP servers, how can we do that? I already showed you that how you can have the MCP servers for Claude. Now, if you will search Claude here, see, it is just saying multiple things install via plugin or run the following command under your app folder, verify the installation. So again, it is giving multiple different options. Like for Claude desktop, this is the case. If you want, actually, if you get this, you can go to Claude only. Uh, let's take a screenshot in here, add custom connectors. Okay. And I can just have the chat, rather a new chat, paste this. There's, I think, an AI button here. Explain this code. Yeah. Paste this and ask how can I add Firebase to Claude. Okay, so it will just tell you. Again, same thing. If anything is not clear, you can ask AI. That is a brain which is sitting and very advanced. So see, explaining Firebase. There are two different methods. Claude desktop or Claude code, something which we are not doing as of now. Desktop, I will show you in a bit. Claude AI web UI, the form in the screen should ask for remote MCP server URL, meaning it expects a hosted or remote MCP, not a local. Okay. So again, I will just explain you quickly what happened here because I think this is important. Uh, Normally, what happened is that when you are connecting with these third-party MCP servers, either it can run remotely or it can run on your machine as well. So on your machine, it's a simple server which says that hey, these are all the tools I have. So it is saying that hey, in your Claude UI, since I don't have a machine or a laptop, you can run a remotely running one. But if you are on a Claude desktop, right? If you are on a desktop where I have the access to your machine, to your terminal, everything, then I can have a local running one as well. The Firebase one, which we were checking everyone, that was a local running one. So that kind of runs on your machine and then it starts. Okay. So that is just a quick basic idea how it happens. So let's try to see this. That how can we add it to, let's say, in our Claude desktop. So if you will go on settings and if you will go on extension and if you click on advanced setting, I think built-in MCP node. Okay, let me just see developer edit config. Yeah. So everyone, if I show you, like there is a Claude folder, and in this Claude folder there is a file, right? So I will just try to have this file maybe open in one of the IDE, like any, or you can just open text edit, should be fine. See, this is what is kept in this file. Preferences, like no server, I think as of now is there. This is Claude desktop config. Now in here, I could just provide that, hey, this is my desktop config. So let's go back. Above is my desktop config. Can you please edit and provide the final one to me? So what it will do is it will add that, okay, let me add the Firebase settings so that your Claude desktop can run it on your machine and then you can connect with it easily, right? If it would have been a remotely running one, then you could have done it as well. Like it's not a problem. So see, it has just given that MCP server Firebase. If I copy this and if I just paste it and if I save it, okay, I will have to, I think, refresh it. Let's refresh it and maybe let's kill the same first and let me open it again. Okay, so I'll just kill Claude and then open it again because I think that will something which will help us. So let's go here, settings, developer, and see Firebase has added, right? So see, it is saying that it is running because when it starts up, it runs this command in your terminal, npx-y, like, hey, yes to all, please install Firebase tools. So it is just like having a game which is running online, right? Of course, you can go and play some game online. Many of different games are there, like I think Farmville, if anyone remembers, do comment. Or there are some games which say that, hey, I need to first install even if you want to play remotely. Like if you, I hope all of you remember Counter Strike, right? Or let's say GTA 5 as well, it has an online mode. So it is exactly the same thing. One is like that, hey, if the game is already running, I can connect to it, not a problem. Few games says that, hey, first I will run on your machine, I will get installed and everything, and then I will connect to the web. So it is the second case. Okay. So this is how, again, everyone, you can connect to third party MCP servers. The reason it is important because not all the tools are present directly in Claude. So if you want to connect with your own tool, you can create an MCP server and connect to it, or you can connect with other tools which provide MCP servers, right? So that is having the MCP servers. Now let's try to create our own as well, everyone. So again, if you will just search for Notion Claude MCP server, all of them will provide you with these things, right? Connecting to Notion MCP. Then you can see Claude MCP add transport. I think this one is the overall this thing. So let me just copy it. This is a remote running one actually. So if I just say now, it will be able to understand that, hey, you want to add this as well. And it can be added directly as well. So see, it gave us for Notion as well, right? I can say that seems Notion one is remote. So again, there are few ways to understand that since it is having a HTTPS kind of a thing, it is running in a remote place. This should start on our machine. Okay, so as I said, like just watch the MCP video. Don't get scared or confused here. MCP is a little tricky concept. Now, and I don't want that you have a vague idea about this. Like I see many videos just confusing MCP connectors and everything. Well, that is not the case. It is a little vague concept, and I don't want that tomorrow when you actually go to some interview or something, or normally try to create one, you should have things clear, right? Else you can create one which can easily be hacked and everything. Something to avoid. Now, seems Notion one is remote. Can I add it to Claude Web UI? So if we will ask, most probably it will say that yes, you can. Let's see. Yes, exactly. The form in your screenshot was for, since Notion has a remote URL, it works perfectly with Claude AI Web UI. So I hope you're able to understand the distinction, everyone. This server is like a game which is running on your internet only, which Claude can directly connect. So it is saying Claude AI, give Notion and this thing. So remote URL, add or save. So if I show you customize connectors, I think Notion is not connected. Yeah. Add custom. Let's say this one, Notion, and add. Of course, like we will be having a server that URL already exists. Okay, I think this is the one, right? So again, I think Notion is already there. Either we have to remove it. Now I can. So and it has been added everyone. Now of course we will have to connect it still, because even though it is running like on a remote on some Notion server, we have to connect with our account here so we can make sure that we are able to use it. Okay, so that is regarding the MCP which are running on different application. But let's get back to our problem, everyone, and let's see. Let's say, yeah, sick leave manager email. The problem which we were facing in here was that we were not able to send a email because Gmail is not giving that, right? So in the backend, as I said, though they are connected with MCP, some permissions are not given. Though we have an API for that. If I show you Gmail API docs, so Gmail API overview, you will see that how we have the API for dedicated draft, everything. We can have the create and send email API as well. So see, create and send email messages. There are proper APIs. If you're not aware about API, no problem at all. So just that, yeah, there are ways through which we can do it. Okay. So for the same now, everyone, what I will do now, I will just quickly help you revise because I know this. I have got a little bit more in depth as compared to others. We can connect with different applications. First, we understood about connectors. In connectors, either we could connect directly with the applications which Claude supports, and there are lots of them, which we are able to see here. For connecting with applications which are on our laptop or machine, like Apple Notes, Google Chrome, we have to, of course, go to Claude Desktop. And in that, everyone, we will see more connectors which are now known as extensions. So in here, you will see them as extensions. Because Claude Desktop is running on your machine, Claude Desktop can control other applications running on your machine, just like how it was controlling other like applications running on your web. So that is how it is able to connect, read and write Apple Desktop, Desktop Commander, PDF, all these things it is able to do easily. Okay. Next, I said that, okay, if now there is some application which you still don't see in here, then you can add the same. You can add the same via easily just saying that, okay, I will like to add it via the custom connectors. In that, it expects a MCP server. Now, I told you that how in the backend, all of these are also connected with MCP. So we saw that in MCP as well. Now, either they will be run on your machine like GTA or Counter Strike, or it can be a perfectly normal online game. So we saw Notion, which is an online running MCP, and we saw Firebase, which is a local one which starts on your local. Okay, so this is all what we have done now, everyone. Now we are saying that, hey, let's create our own MCP server as well. And let's say that if I want to have some tools in here, which my Claude can use, how good that will be, right? So for the same, everyone, what I will do, pay attention. I will go to Anytime. Again, I will just use Anytime. Like it is very easy to create your MCP server in here. Or normally also, I think it is pretty easy to create your MCP server now. The second I open Anytime, you can also do the same. And I'm doing it on a free instance only, not on my paid or major instance. So create workflow. In here, if I do add first step, then I could say MCP. And you will say MCP server trigger. Expose Anytime tools and an MCP server endpoint. So now when I do this, and I can just say Gmail underscore or Gmail hyphen send, I am creating a MCP server. Okay, so this is actually a MCP server, everyone. This is the link, the way we had it for Notion. So I think now it is very, very easy to understand. And I could enter a Gmail tool. I will say that, okay, this tool can send a message. To will be told by AI, subject will be told by AI, message will be told by AI. And now, everyone, this is like that Notion server where all the tools will be there, like access pages, everything. We have just created one for our own for our Gmail. Of course, you can add other tools as well, not a problem if I publish it. And if I say publish, I can say got it. I can just get the production URL. So the second I get the production URL, I can go to here, add custom connector, say N8N Gmail send, and add. And now, everyone, you will see that how it is having this, and I can say always allow. So it is able to get the tool as well because it creates a connection with that MCP server, right? So backend, in the backend, lots of things are happening. And again, don't get afraid of these things. Please try to follow it alongside with me. I think I made it very, very easy by explaining you each and everything. So connectors, extension, which kind of gets connected in the backend with MCP. But let's go a layer further where we learned about MCP. All the applications are having their MCP as well, either local or remote. We are creating our own MCP server as well, which will be running remotely. Now, if I go everyone and say that in the chat, sick leave, use N8N Gmail send connector to send the email. Let's try to see what will happen. So again, it will try to hit this running one. Okay, it will try to hit this. Let's see this. Sending the email via the N8N Gmail connector, send a message in Gmail. So it is saying that the request has been made. So it will again just send a request here, right? That's the whole thing. So again, it is saying it has sent the same. Let's see the same everyone. If I go here, return executions. Yeah, see this execution is here. In this execution, we can see all the things actually. If you want, yeah, in the Gmail. See. So Tech Mayank Agarwal, sick leave application. Dear Nayam, I hope this email finds you well and everything. And if I go to my Gmail, I could have this kept. So see, I'm able to receive this, right? Of course, we can remove this annotation and everything. That I think earlier we have already kind of covered lots of places. But if you go on Gmail and say append an Indian attribution, you can turn it off, right? So again, pretty simple thing. Now the power lies that you can create lots of tools. Like again, this is where as a vibe coder or developer, you have to think that now you have so many of these different tools which you can directly connect. Or rather, if you want, what is stopping you to connecting with a HTTP tool or with an HTTP request? So if you want to connect with a totally different your own application, connect it with HTTP, as easy, right? So yeah, this is I think everyone more than required and in depth about connectors and MCP. And I do want that all of you now think that what exactly has it unlocked for you, right? Because actually we have seen each and every button, like everything which is present on the Claude overall UI, we have understood the same. And that is where like these are getting connected and providing with a lot more details, a lot better overall AI experience where it is not just acting as a smart person, where it is not just connecting to your tool like normally, it is having these skills, plugins, connectors, extensions, so that it has created an ecosystem where it can do the work with all your day-to-day tools and the intelligence, and of course the skills and let's say the way of doing that work in a nice manner. You can categorize your work in a project and everything. So that is the whole idea, everyone, and that is I think why I hope you understand now with this proper approach that why Claude is getting that overall advantage or maybe the adaptability in your AI space, because this all makes it very easy to understand that yes, how Claude can now integrate into your day-to-day work, right? So instead of they selling that hey, use our AI just to write email, now they have given you all these tools and able to connect. And I think we have, as I said, covered each and everything. This small button is just to talk with Claude. I think I covered that as well. So yeah, I think that is all the buttons and everything which we can see in Claude, everyone. And we have discussed each of these things with a proper good diagram as well, which I spent a lot of time in creating. So all these different things, right? These are all the concepts which you should be aware about: connectors, skills, like reusable skills, projects, then your different artifacts which you can generate. Of course, there are document analysis, workflow, etc., which we saw. Then communicating with Claude, right? How we have to do that. What are the different models? Then how are they stronger? So these are very helpful, everyone. As well as this is also very helpful that how the normal and the extended mode works. And now let's say ChatGPT versus Claude and all these things. So in a holistic manner, we have covered everything. An advantage for all of us is that recently, so if I just go and search Claude usage limit increase, you will see that how Claude has temporarily doubled this usage. So now I think is the best time for all of you to actually run Claude, because for the free plan as well, they have doubled the usage for off peak hours. The biggest challenge which I faced when I was not having the pro plan of Claude 6 months back, because again, I understand that it's a big commitment or input. For me, it is very useful. But yes, as a free plan as well, all the things which I've shown you, nothing is there which you cannot do via a free plan. Okay. So yeah, that is the idea, everyone. That is where we have understood about the Claude in a lot of depth. And I think that nothing should be there which you should be afraid of. And I think each and everything, since we have explained, understood with the concepts as well, not just how to use it, Claude should now be as easy as Google for all of you. Great, everyone. Now let's try to do projects as well because I think that no learning is kind of complete without the projects. Though all the things which we have discussed, I think you should be able to create proper end-to-end projects. But I would like to actually discuss that still, like what is possible and what is not. Because again, I do believe that yes, AI has made everything powerful and you feel a lot happy by creating these small apps. Let's try to understand that with respect to project as well. If you are trying to create something end-to-end, what all is possible and where we might face issues, right? So with that, everyone, let's like try to create a AI portfolio website generator. Now for the same, again, I will be using my LinkedIn PDF, right? So which I asked you to download. So let's go into Claude and let's try to just paste it. And what I will be doing is that it is kind of a personal website, but let's say you don't want to, of course, spend time designing it now. And we want to just see that if Claude can build personal website directly without a resume, like just using your LinkedIn profile, which I think is having all the things, right? So let me copy this. So this is the link which I will share everyone. The whole 1 minute prompt. You are an expert web developer and product designer. I will upload a resume or LinkedIn profile. Your task is to convert information into more modern portfolio website. So these are all the things which you can see, right? We will try to see that if we can still connect our connectors and all these things. In few places you will face issues. I will talk about that as well. Let's quickly just give this thing, and I'm doing this alongside with you, live building, so that you are able to also understand what issues you might face, right? So again, this will just now reading some front end design skill. Now I think this makes a lot of sense, right? That what exactly it is trying to do. And let it run. And it's, I think, yeah, we can quickly come back once it has started or once it has completed the run. So seems like it has created something. And yeah, the design I think was better for the earlier one. This one seems a little bit more better. But yeah, that should be all fine. I think more or less because it has the same information, similar kind of thing it has produced. Just text everything we can change. Now, with that, everyone, let's now try to understand. Like, of course, it has created the same thing. It is an artifact which we want. It should not be hire me, but no worries. Maybe you can hire me, not a problem. So now, again, everyone, we have already seen that, okay, how it has done the same. Let's try to improve the same. So what I will do now, I will paste this prompt. Improve the portfolio website with following enhancement. Add a navigation bar, add icons, modern gradient hero section. And I can maybe say add some good animations to make website more interesting, right? So these are all the things which we have already seen, just helping you to revise. Of course it has all the data, everything, so it is able to do that. Let's ask the same and hope that our tokens doesn't run out, because that's the biggest problem. Like it took good 3-4 minutes, lots of token, lots of code. But yeah, let it do, and let's see the result after this, everyone. Meanwhile, it's doing the same. I think we can see the diagram as well, like what all I wanted to show you. So yes, all of these are kind of the things. We are uploading a PDF or LinkedIn. Now, of course, there are other tools as well where you can create, but I think since Claude is becoming a lot smarter, we can use that only. And again, it is having all the idea, everything. It can connect with your different Google Sheets and everything as well, provided you have some information in there. So portfolio website, hero section, skills, all of these things are kind of something which you will try. So I think now it is kind of working on the request. So let's see the result. Basic things like, let's say, changing the gradient, changing the design, or maybe you can just copy paste, let's say something, and it will give the same, right? So I will be bringing some more content on vibe coding/engineering on how you actually think about these things. As of now, of course, I have not unnecessarily gone that how can you connect database, etc. to it. Maybe we can use a simple MCP server connected to a Google Sheet, right? So we can have a Google Sheet like this. This is for lead generation as an idea. But yes, a similar kind of a Google Sheet maybe we can have, where we are having that, hey, who all tried to access the website or who all want to connect with me, right? In a similar manner, we can have a website which calls, sorry, we can have a button which calls my MCP server and sends an email. Though all of these things will require a AI in the fix, and that AI, I think, will where most of you will face problems. So I will be discussing that in depth, right? Rather than saying that, hey, just get the key and use that. No, we will see that how can we create proper engineering products in the vibe coding masterclass, which I plan. So let it run. Like I think this will just provide us with the main result. So it is still working, like waiting for 2 minutes, I think. But yeah, the idea is that how so many of the code which maybe used to take ages before is being written very nicely by AI. So yeah, I think that is a little helpful. And I want that again, once you do are able to watch this, please share your portfolio websites with me. because I think that is valid for everyone, right? The next project which we are going to create, professional dashboard, that is also which I think everyone can use. So this to get better jobs, the next one to do your current job better, right? So that's the whole idea, everyone. Let us wait for it to complete. It is again trying to do on all these things. Next, we will try that somehow we're able to add some functionality or connect it to MCP, and we will see if it works or not. I think that it will require a AI key so that it can call, let's say, with the information. But let's see like how it will follow out. And the main idea will be that we want that these kind of let's say forms work, right? As of now, nothing happens if you click on send message. So we will try that we can do some lead capturing. That if someone comes to me and say that, hey, I want to connect with you, so I'm able to have this thing on my website. That's the whole idea. Now, of course, that is easy with core engineering, and people who are a little bit from the tech will know that, hey, mine, that is pretty easy. But my idea is that again, via vibe coding, via basically asking Claude to do that. And for people who even don't have any idea how that those people can also do this same thing majorly. So again, it is trying to remove old files, creating enhanced portfolio V2. I think it is adding some animations now. So as of now, it was just kind of going through all my information and everything, enhancing the same. Let us try. And I want that, yeah, it is all fine because that's a good thing, right? If it is, it can take the time, 5-7 minutes, and do all these things for us. That is where the benefit of Claude overall lies, because there are other, like again, many websites which are coming up. But I feel that since Claude is kind of also having a lot of good technical knowledge as well, it may do few things a little better. Although those models or those website like Lovable Emergent, they will also be using Claude or ChatGPT in the backend. Maybe the way they have fine tuned them may not provide that better of a result. So let's try to see that, everyone. I think it is now adding some or the other paddings and overall animation. So let it work. So as we can see, though, like it took a little bit of time, but I think the results are pretty good. Like I like this overall uh, effect as well. So the way this is changing, let us actually try to publish that effect, and let me show you in a full screen, because overall I like this effect and everything. So let me show that. Yeah. So yes, now I think the website is overall pretty good, everyone. You can see that how okay, so this is also pretty good. The way it is showing like this. So this shows like, yeah, the person is kind of from tech, everything, right? Highlighting all the things, tools, technology. So kind of it has moved a lot ahead. Rather, it's actually a website which one can use. Project and everything. Okay, how it is shining. So just via prompt, of course, you can do these things. And now see how nicely it has done the same as well, which is way better than me scrolling these things. And now last, everyone is the get in touch. But overall, like I like the way how it has created it. I cannot imagine, honestly, even as a developer. Of course, I have less experience in front end, so someone can correct me. But yeah, it is a big task, right? So that's the whole idea without AI. So now everyone, like this has been done. Now we can try to even have AI or Google Sheet, etc. integrated. So for that, what I will do, pay attention. So I will just ask this, and I know that it will face a problem because last I checked, Google Sheet direct connector is not available. So if I show you in Claude, let's see the connectors. Most probably we don't have any Google Sheet direct connector, right? So either we have to have an extension, or we have to do it via our own MCP, right? Something which I told you. But still, let us try. Let us ask it and see how it will go about it. So what I'm asking it is that enhance the contact form so that when someone submits the form, the data is sent to Google Apps Script Webhook. The webhook stores the data in a Google Sheet, right? So it might ask us some API and everything. Okay, but still, let's try that if we can have, let's say I would delete or delete this one and say contact. Okay. And let us give this sheet. Okay. So let me say contacts, and let us give this spreadsheet because it might need it. Or otherwise, we can of course have different ways. The idea again is that how you understand that okay, things are kind of falling in place. It might able to integrate it, it might not, but that is where again we will learn and wipe code with AI, right? So that is what all it is. So now it is saying I will work with the sheet ID directly. So it is saying that okay, I knew that it will need a sheet ID, so I have provided the same thing. And it is saying that okay, I will rebuild the contact section with full integration. And yes, now it is kind of working on that. Now I have the full picture. Let me replace the contact form JS in the HTML and create a separate production ready app script file. So it effectively, everyone, is kind of a script file, small script file, which will run and send the request to add the details, right? So I want that, okay, if someone wants to get in touch, as of now, this button will do nothing, right? See, nothing is being done. All these are hyperlinked. But in terms of button, this will not do anything because we have not added any functionality here, right? So with respect to that, and again, yeah, I can go above. So you can of course add your photo and everything, but I like the this overall, right? So I like this overall, the way it has given each and everything. And let me just wait. So seems like it has done this. Okay, get in touch. 1 second. Okay, open link, maybe. So, okay, no, I think this is now how it will be done. Let me try the last one. If I click on contact, so somehow it takes us to the hyperlink thing, right? So it is saying, okay, now creating the Google Apps script file. So something which it is trying to do so that it can add our overall functionality. Now I can try, okay, if I click on this, let it still work. Okay, let's not get a lot uh, overall impatient. Let it still work and we will just quickly try it out. The idea, but I hope you get that everyone, this is a very, very good website. If you have the code as well, like that is also a very good thing, right? So at the end of the day, you have this whole code as well. If you want to self-host it, you can ask Claude only, right? Hey, that how can I self-host it on a email or on a on a website or in a particular link? So that is where I feel this is very, very helpful, right? That is the whole idea of creating this project, portfolio website. And yes, I think once it is done, you can normally even send this as well. I think no one kind of cares if you have a proper domain or this link, because at the end of the day, yes, people know that how people are now creating their own with AI. So see, it is saying that why no course Google Apps script web apps don't echo back codes. Okay, that you can avoid CURS. So it is saying deploy web app everything portfolio HTML. It plays the line. So now it is saying that hey, you might have to deploy the same so that it can be used. So portfolio, this is the code, and contact sheet. It has created maybe some sheet, right? So this is the whole case. Headers and alternating row colors are created automatically on the first submission. No manual setup needed. So it is just saying that, hey, I have done that. Okay, fetch request I have created. And that is how you can do it. Now, I would like to just explain you that why this is not possible directly. Though again, as I said, like it can connect to servers and everything. Normally, it will require an AI call or something. But that is how everyone you can create your overall portfolio website. Now, I know that okay, how you can easily connect that, and I would try to cover it in an end-to-end project in Claude Code. So the video of Claude Code will also shortly be coming. For the timing, I hope you get the idea that yes, how we have created the website. And yes, if you deploy it, it will also work because it will be needing a code place to run. As of now, again, nothing will happen. If I just try to click on the send message, once you deploy it, then everything will work, right? And normally, if you want, you can even have, so let me try it out. Like I can say that have a hidden button in the header where we will be storing all the contact query, right? So again, kind of a hack, but for people who are not very tech savvy, want to understand and have this thing, we can have some small button, etc. Not suggested at all for a paid or for a main website, but yes, this is the kind of a thing which we can have everyone. Not at all a problem. Our main aim is that okay, any request which is coming, we can just have it somewhere. Now, ideally, if you want, we can just hit this thing with a API as well. So I can create an API in Anyten, a webhook in Anyten, which gets hit from this button and it holds all the requests and adds that to your Google Sheet. So again, it is easily doable. Nothing is difficult here, but I wanted to show you these things. And as I said, these projects end to end, I will be covering in Claude Code overall. Okay, so Claude Code walkthrough, it will be a lot more easier and better because in here it is still an artifact. There it would be a proper website with local host, everything, right? So with that, everyone, I hope this project is clear. Now let's move on to the next project. So in the next project, everyone, what we will be doing is creating a professional dashboard. So the earlier project will help you to reach out to employers for a better job or maybe to reach out for opportunities. This one will help you to like do your work better. The idea of the project again is that, and the reason I'm like not going into very deep into these projects because I plan to do it in another video. That at least you know that hey, how can I create things which are actually helpful, right? For the timing, I don't want to get into the place where you don't know what database or APIs or webhook are, and there is where you are struggling. So yes, I will be making sure that each and every of those things are clear, and then we create project properly, right? So I don't, since I have a very good tech background, and I know that just having the project without any understanding of DBs, APIs, how to scale, or normally how things get connected will not be very helpful. And though, yes, you can easily connect a Supabase backend here. So again, Supabase is kind of providing you the database as well. though you can easily provide that. I want to make sure that I first explain you these things and then we kind of went into that, right? And for the same, I am creating a masterclass on vibe coding slash engineering as well. But still, I think for playing around these, this is a very good project. So for this as well, everyone, what we will do, we will build a professional like workspace or workboard which we can use every day. And yes, instead of managing the task in other different tools, we will be using this. So for the time, let me show you the prompt again. And again, I just asked the prompt from Claude only. So keeping it very easy, work task for this week. Let me just zoom it in. Prepare quarterly product and all these things, right? So this is a very logical scenario, right? So if we provide this information to Claude and then we say that, hey, if you can build something like this. So pay attention. You are an expert productivity system designer. Convert the following work information to professional AI workflow dashboard. The dashboard should help professional create, manage priorities, deadline focus, all these things, everything. So let us just copy this whole, and that is the power of Claude which I want to show you, right? So let me just copy it in here, paste it in this, and I think we can also say have my calendar, email, etc. tag, which can be uh, received or refreshed via connectors you have access to, right? So again, majorly I've just given it a prompt and I'm trying to show you that how you build useful things, right? So that is the whole point, everyone. Now again, it will try to build one and it will take time, but yes, these are actually the things which you can easily showcase rather than some tic tac go game or something. Plus this is something which I feel you can also use it as well, right? So I love using or now bespokingly creating applications for me. And this is what I believe you can do with Claude. And yes, do agree that if you have to actually create a product or a mini SaaS kind of a thing, you will have to know lots of things. So as I said, that we will be also covering. Do let me know if you want to me to cover anything else in that. I am still in the process of creating that syllabus and everything. But yeah, once it is happening, wiring the war room. So this is again some nice thing which it gives. Stacking your priorities, right? I think Claude will give me a lots of usage issue for sure because of the way I am asking it. But I think it's fine because at the end of the day, you are getting to understand that what all overall is possible, right? So with that, everyone, let it run, and I will just quickly come back once it gets done. And as I said, right now till at least March, you have the best reason to learn Claude because of how it has increased its Claude usage increase, how it has given more usages across non peak hours as well as during the weekend. So weekend outside 8 to 2 ET, Eastern time, and all weekends. Okay, so the boost likely a thank you to users amidst high demand applies to website app Cloud Code. Okay, so perfect time to try it out because I have seen up till now I would have easily gotten something like this, right? But now I'm not getting the same. Let me say, can you create a website artifact instead? So as of now, it has just created a plugin or things here only. Although I like it, to be very honest, if I get it everything updated, but I think yes, we can still have it outside. The refreshing will be a problem in there because our Claude is connected to connectors, right? Like your email and your calendar, but your website is not connected there. So that is the whole idea, everyone. And in that, let me just say website artifact instead. Now it will try to do that and it will pass on the information, but I don't think that it will still have that uh, connectors thing. But let's see if it can provide the same. So creating front end scale and everything. So seems like it has created a pretty good one. AI workflow website is ready. Now overview, how many tasks are left, high priority task and everything. Of course, we can ask the like have the yellow and that thing. And if you see the refresh is not working, the reason is pretty simple. As I told, artifact like it's little bit separate. Okay, so this thing is very important. This I'm kind of setting up your context for Claude code or vibe coding because again, this is how you will move towards a little bit more technical, right? So in here, if you will see, everyone, though it has created these things, okay, okay, let me do one thing. Let me publish the artifact, publish, copy the link, and let's try to open it. And let's try to see the Kanban. Okay, I think we will have to try to see it will open Claude only. Yeah, that's a problem. So let us ask if we are in Kanban, okay, it is scrollable, right? Makes sense. So I think it is scrollable. We will have to just create it. So see, it is a Kanban. As of now, again, you cannot change and do all these things. But my idea, again, as I said, was to show you that how these usable things are also possible, right? Now, if you want, you can also paste and change it into a real product. So for the same, also, I will show you the prompt, everyone. Convert this board into an interactive productivity dashboard artifact. The dashboard should include top header with weekly word overview, priority task panel, all these things. Okay, so I can just paste this and ask it to make more changes. But yes, the artifact which are given by Claude normal UI is a little bit limited, as you can see, right? Something which we will see in Vibe Code Engineering and Claude Code. But overall, as a product, it is still pretty good. Like if let's say normally I am on the lookout of creating such boards which can work alongside with me. Though now I am having some applications which via which I handle these things. But yes, overall, I think for small companies, this is very, very good. And the best part is that once we understand that how it gets connected with your database, everyone can create now very easily their own kind of a boards and yes, get that one right productivity system connected with Jira, connected with some to-do list and everything, and we are all good. So that is the main benefit, everyone. That is how you can create these things. Plus, for the initial prototyping, at least, this I believe is very, very helpful, right? So if you want to do an initial level of prototyping, do it like with Claude, and I think you are all set. So that is the whole idea, everyone. I think this is something which is very, very helpful. And let it complete, and then we will see that how it will work in the modern SaaS kind of a way. So as you can see, like it took 2-3 minutes, but it is saying that your activity dashboard is live. Here, what make it fully functional? 4 tab section, overview, Kanban board schedule, live IST, everything. So one thing with about flagging, I noticed your calendar for this week is surprisingly sparse. That's either a clean week or the presentation interview prep hasn't been blocked in Google Calendar yet. I would recommend adding calendar blocks. So again, it is saying that hey, I have done the changes and everything. So seems like it has got all the events and everything, and now we are able to do it. I would just like one more thing. So I want that I am able to also add the functionality to drag and drop the uh, tasks on Kanban. So it's little difficult functionality. Let's see how Claude will handle it, because as of now I'm not able to drag and drop like this, right? So little interactive thing how we were having in our this one, like how this is following it and all these things. And if you will see, like it has picked up this small kind of dots which are kind of flowing up. So that kind of things also it has tried to add. Let's try to see. Device drag and drop integration for Kanban board task, polishing every pixel. And yes, this is actually what everyone vibe coding is. Now, of course, adding a proper DB, adding proper scaling thing, all these comes into the real engineering. But for good initial level of things, I think these are the good artifacts which you can showcase. I mean, if you're in non-tech, and once you understand Cloud Code a lot better as well, then I think you can create these small tools for your team as well, so that they can work a lot better, right? So for each client, you have a different tool. For each work, you have a different tool. That is the whole case, everyone. So now it is saying writing Kanban column, syncing live data, kind of doing each and everything so that it is helpful, polishing the pixel and all these things, loading drag drop engine. So let it work. I think it will take 2-3 minutes. So again, it is saying that it has done something, but like I'm not able to see it in the artifact. So I think I should ask it. And now again, these are also the problem which you can face, right? So I'm not editing this part out because I want to show you like it's not all good and everything. We should understand that hey, how it can happen and everything, or what issues can do. So I can say, can you do it in the artifact website provided, right? So as of now, like it's saying that hey, this has been done, but I'm not able to see. Like I'm not able to see any three dots or these dotted thing here. Even in the initial one which it provided, like this one here, also I'm not able to see any three dots or something, right? So ideally, either it could be doing it here or in the website. But let's ask it. And now it is saying, okay, now I think it is trying to do something in the code, right? So this is where the thing will happen. I hope I still have the usage credits available. Let us see that. So again, I will show you this as well, everyone. If you go on settings and if you go on usage, my current session is 55% use. That is fine. Weekly limit is 30% use, which is also fine. I think not a lot of problem. Uh, and yes, I think all of this thing is totally kind of there. I had these credits, but somehow I lost them because I forgot to recharge. So one thing, if you get recharge credit for free, please recharge. But yeah, I have the usage still, everyone. So you should be aware of checking this as well. Like if you're going to any particular meeting or something, and I don't want that you because of free or even paid one as well. Like Claude even limits you in the paid one, right? Said you face this issue. So let's see where it is in the building part. Seems like replace the script block with a full drag and drop engine. So trying to do few things. Okay. Although I do understand that this expectation that Claude will build a proper website is a little bit different, because these artifacts are not meant to be proper websites. Okay. So you can publish it as an app and all these things. But ideally, we would like to do this, as I said again and again, in some other way or using some other direct code part of a thing. Okay. So that is the whole case, everyone. Let it quickly run, and then we will see if it has been able to do it or not. And then I think, yeah, you have some good projects. Even if you're from non-tech or tech, you have some good things to showcase, and you can deep dive into it. And in the next course, when I will bring about vibe coding and engineering plus your cloud code, I think then it will be all good, right? So yeah, I think if I just publish it, I think it should be working fine. Okay, copy. Okay, seems like the setting whole setup has been uh, different, but let us see, where is this? Okay, so no worries. Let us see what is the case. I think I am able to drag it. Okay, drag and drop workboard. It is saying it. Can you update on the artifact? Okay, let me click this one. Maybe it is clicked. I'm able to see this now, everyone. So again, I'm just showing you the issues which you can face. Publish artifact. It is already saying I can publish it, and then maybe I can publish it again. Unpublish. Okay, so let us refresh it once. Okay, so these are again all the issues which you also can face, right? So let us face it together. Seems like this is the updated one where we have this thing. Let me publish. Publish. Okay, so some, like, I think it got mixed up on all these things, but let's try to have this link instead. And yeah, seem like okay. Okay, I think so it will work. I feel that it is also a problem with my dragging thing, like this gets kind of triggered. But since I'm able to pick it up, I think this will work, right? So I feel that because of this app, I can try to kill it once though. Like it triggers that thing, right? So I think, okay, no, the app is still getting triggered. So no worries, everyone, but I think it will work. The idea is that yes, you can of course work on creating the same altogether. So with that, I feel that we have also now kind of understood this. And as I said, like, I'm putting this projects in here, though we have discussed lots of projects artifact during the full learning as well. The idea is that yes, you can create these kind of small overall POCs and all these things as well, everyone. And they are super helpful, right? To showcase to someone and everything. So with that, I think this now we are almost officially done with everything in the Claude AI. Made sure to cover each and everything from complete scratch. We started with understanding the Claude. Then we made sure that we are using the Claude effectively. So, right, properly, we are able to deep dive into these things. Then the superpowers, everyone, with document, web research, image understanding, then building with Claude, then advanced Claude, extended thinking skills, connectors, extensions, and MCP we have done in a lot of depth. And then finally, the real AI projects. So with that, everyone, I hope you like the whole explanation. If you have liked the same, please consider subscribing. I'm bringing, as I promised, more and more crash courses on this. And back on the hood, I was also working on a complete series in which I will make you from AI beginner to AI pro, same based on my experience, even if you have no experience of coding. And of course, a lot of tech related content is also coming soon. Was just kind of working on good content, and that is why it takes me a lot of time. But we request all of you to please subscribe if you like the way I cover things practically without any issues helpful. And I will make sure that I will see you in the next one. Please share this video with everyone and do leave a comment if anything is not clear with the timestamp. And I will make sure that I clear the same out. Make sure that you do this completely, because in the next Cloud Code crash course or masterclass, we will be mastering complete Claude with vibe coding and creating these projects completely, and even see that how can we deploy the same as well. So with that, everyone, thanks a lot, and let's meet you in the next video. Thank you.